Welcome in, fellas. It is week 8, and week 8 marks the halfway point of the fantasy football season being pretty much done, or the regular season at least being pretty much done, and lots of decisions to be made this week, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are in dire straits, or maybe you're in really good shape. But we do have a bunch of team reviews, 2 team reviews, and a bunch of questions to get to. If you guys do want to skip the line, you can hit the link that is in the live chat there, and, throw a question, throw a start sit, throw a trade question, whatever you got to do. Bergie Man will be the first one that we get to here. We were going to get to this on Thursday, but we didn't actually have a chance to do so. Bergie Man, the Cheeseheads, he says this is the team that he's looking at. It is a Dynasty 10 team, start 9.5 PPR. And he said he's being offered Saquon Barkley, Debo, and a third and a first in 2027 for Rashee Rice and Amari Hampton. Let's evaluate the trade first, and then we'll go through the team. What do you think of that deal?
No, I mean, realistically, I would prefer Rashee Rice to Debo the third and the first, and I would prefer Amari Hampton to Saquon.
Yeah, I think you can make the argument that in a couple weeks' time, Rice might be worth that side himself if he continues to produce the way that he produced in that first game back.
I'm nearly there, dude. Like, what's stopping this guy from being a top 2-round startup pick? He's 25 years old, attached to Patrick Mahomes, and every time we've seen him healthy, I actually went through this because one of my picks, and we'll talk about our picks later in the stream, but one of my picks was higher, 12.85 fantasy points for Rashee Rice. Again, it's half PPR because it's underdog, but he has gone higher than that in 8 of his last 12 games, and each of his last 4 games dating back to last year. And on top of that, I mean, we're talking about a 47% targets per run in his first game back. Like, the guy is an 18.4 PPR point per game scorer in nearly the whole last 17 game stretch. Like, if you paced his last 12 games into 17 game stretch, you're looking at 130 receptions, 1,440 yards, and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna shut my mouth on Rashee Rice because I haven't really said anything educated about him other than the fact that I don't like that.
You're coming around now. You're coming around.
Yeah, I'm coming around. I mean, like, in Dynasty right now, gun to my head, would I rather have Drake London or Rashee Rice? Like, that's the conversation that needs to be had at this point in time. Like, I think I would still prefer London, but I would definitely rather have Rice than like Nico Collins, for example, who's not producing at the level that we expected him to, and he's 2 years older or a year and a half older than Rashee Rice as well. So yeah, definitely an asset that has to be on the rise dynasty wise here. He also said the team that has Barkley also has Bucky Irving, and he said I'm really weak at running back, really only Chase Brown and Jacobs. I mean, you have a Hampton that will come back at some point, and in a dynasty 10 team, 1 quarterback, like Hampton's going to be a really valuable asset.
You have enough running back firepower now to be able to get over it. On top of that, I mean, we're talking about a start 9.5 PPR league, and you have 2 tight ends that one of them I'd feel comfortable flexing every week. Like, maybe you try to see what you can move down, like whether you're a big Kraft guy and you want to, get the farm for McBride. Maybe you're a little bit lower on Kraft and you want to see what you can get for Kraft. Like, he's the tight end 6 in Dynasty right here. Kind of see what you can get, because realistically, that's the only movable piece, is because you have so much strength at the tight end position with both those guys. Maybe you move one for running back help, but realistically, this is not a team that I'm pressured with trying to make a move, because to be honest, I think you're pretty set across the board.
Yeah, I mean, this is the guy with Irving. I mean, he has Kincaid, so he probably might not, like Kincaid, Taylor, Kelsey. He probably's not interested in a tight end.
Who's number 10 in tight end?
See if we can find this guy's number 10 in tight. I mean, his team is
number 10 in everything.
Dog shit, yeah.
Except for quarterback. That guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be open to moving Kraft for like Javonte and a piece if you really wanted some running back firepower, Scadaboo and a piece or something like that, or even Scadaboo straight. Probably I would do for Kraft. Bucky Irving, if you wanted to go after him, like, let's see if we can craft a trade around. Let's just, hypothetically, he's willing to sell Bucky Irving here.
What plus Bucky can you get for McBride right now? Because McBride has to be valued higher on the market.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably get him to just toss in Mason Taylor just so you have a backup tight end there. So if you went Bucky and Mason Taylor for McBride,
snag like a Dobbins too, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe ask for like a Dobbins as well. Yeah, like there's moves to be made there. I wouldn't be opposed to taking Jordan Addison plus something else and going after Bucky using that, because Addison's produced at a pretty high level since he's been back from his injury, and I think he's somewhat expendable given the roster that you have and the receiver core that you have. But overall, looking at this team, this is a team that, despite the 3-4 record, points 4 wise, where are you sitting? It looks like you're 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, sixth in points for. So you're kind of like a fringe contender at the moment, especially in a 10-team league. Sixth in points for is, not great.
Yeah.
You're about a middle of the road type of team, but you all have suffered some injuries. There's some guys that I believe in going forward that I think Flowers will be better going forward. I think Collins could be better going forward. McConkey and Rice are obviously going to be better going forward. Hampton, once he's back on the field, potentially could be better going forward. So I think that I would just stay the course here. If you can make a move to like secure that Javonte type asset from the 10th seed team or something, I think that would move the needle for me. But I wouldn't go crazy on like a Bucky Irving or whatever, because you also don't really have the luxury of like waiting for him to be back healthy. And he's also like not a guarantee to be healthy after the bye, even though I think a lot of people assume he is.
Yeah, no, that's how I view it as well. Addison, unfortunately, with your other depth pieces, like Lloyd hasn't really shown much value yet. Torrey Horton, Trey Harris, more stashes. In a one quarterback league, neither of your quarterbacks realistically have a ton of value. Like, I would say about half your team is about tradable. And to be honest, out of that half, I would say about 80 to 90% I would actually rather keep. So realistically, we're only talking about maybe 2 or 3 players that are actually even expendable.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't disagree there. This is I just wanted to see this because I think this is a good question. Where do you have Ladd in your rest of season rankings? Did you move him at all since Thursday?
I think he needs to be on the up. I think part of it for me is Quentin Johnson has to be on the down. Realistically, he's splitting now outside snaps. We saw Trey Harris actually outsnap him. Again, part of it could have been game script. They were bludgeoning the Vikings, but I also think part of it is the coaching staff likes what they've seen from Harris. And a young wide receiver shows you some signs. You tend to see their workloads increase. I think realistically with this receiving core, Ladd McConkey is going to be the guy getting 90+% of the routes. Ladd McConkey is going to be the number one on this team moving forward. So the way we value that in redraft, I mean, is it crazy to say he is wide receiver 14, one spot behind Garrett Wilson?
No, I don't think so. Like, I have both of these players on my Flock League team, so this is a question that I can't really answer. But who would you rather have rest of the season, say Flowers or Ladd McConkey?
Ladd.
Yeah, I think that's a fair discussion. I think for me, I have McConkey at 14. I have George Pickens at 13, and I have Flowers at 15. So like that's kind of like the high end twos / the like. I also moved Keenan Allen ahead of Quentin Johnston as well.
Keenan Allen is still. I dropped Keenan Allen as well simply because he's also a guy that suffered in terms of his snaps.
But he also had a 15 target game the week before.
Sure, but in 4 of his last 5 games, he's been what? He hasn't been over 50 yards in 4 of them. So it's like he's a 60% road share player, and you're hoping that it's the game scenario where they're playing a ton of 11 personnel and he can catch targets over the middle of the field. That's really what it is.
Right. Okay.
And I think Gadsden hurts him a lot.
I'm going to do a little keep trade cut here on these other 2 Chargers receivers, other than McConkey. Would you rather have Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, or Quentin Johnston?
I think Diggs over both.
Yeah, I agree. Wan'Dale Robinson or both?
That's tricky. Sorry, I fucking moved something in my rankings and now my tiers are fucked up. Okay, who was it? Wan'Dale Robinson or both? I will lean the Chargers right now because they're a better option or offense, and I just want to see what the role looks like for Wan'Dale with Slayton back.
Okay,
that's part of it. Because he had his 2 big games with Slayton out. So I just want to see what it looks like.
Just give me yes or no's on some of these. Xavier Worthy or both?
I think you got to go Worthy just because of the attachment to the offense. But that's the tier that you're talking about here.
Terry McLaurin.
I might have to raise Terry in my rankings. I had him kind of buried.
Yeah, I think I would prefer McLaurin going forward over both.
I got one that's disgusting for you. But to be honest, I know where I'm at. Romeo Doubs.
Oof, I would not take Romeo Doubs over those guys, but I think he maybe belongs to be at the tail end of that tier. I wouldn't put him quite that high.
Why though? 85+% of the snaps, 8 targets in his last 3 games, attached to an offense and a
he's been great, man. Like, he's been great. I want to see what the
number one
distribution looks like with Golden still coming out of the bye and whatnot, and seeing how he progresses, and also Christian Watson being back this week. I would like to see kind of maybe how that affects the snaps and the distribution. But that, like, I think we went from, like, early this season, we went from Quentin Johnston and Keenan Allen are top 25 receivers. Ladd McConkey's a wide receiver 3 to now it's like pretty much flipped. Ladd McConkey's a top 20 receiver, top 15 receiver, even potentially. And Quentin Johnston and Keenan Allen are wide receiver 3s.
Yeah, no, I think that's the proper way to view it. Gatson is a real thing, man. Trey Harris looks good in his sampled snaps. Like, I really just think there's a point where we always say too many mouths to feed. This is the one situation where there's legitimately 5 targets on this team, and they all, outside of Lad McConkey, eat into each other's snaps.
Yeah, no, agreed. And a lot of people accused us of bag defending Lad McConkey at the beginning of the year. I'm like, eventually he might start take over this receiver core, and it's finally happening.
All I'm gonna say is if he's legit, and my listener league team now, CeeDee Lamb, Rashid, Lad McConkey, Jonathan Taylor, like, oh, we're cooking. We're
Brother,
cooking.
if we get a different Marvin Harrison out of the bye, my flock league team looks scary.
Oh yeah. No, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, both the listener league and flock league team, our teams are fucking trending the right way. So
hey, all I'll say here is Mason likes to play his little, what channels are doing best and all this kind of stuff. Me and you are the only ones when we were doing some power rankings and whatnot. Me and you are the only ones consistently both in the top 5. Yeah. So,
hey, I'm actually surprised that the fucking league gave me some respect outside of one name in particular, because you mentioned
there was one other person that didn't give you respect to. I won't say who it was.
You don't have to.
He didn't give me respect either, though, for what it's worth.
So it's somebody that
just his power rankings were just wrong. I'll just put it that way.
Creator?
Yeah.
Spicy. Okay.
It was let's just put it, it might have just been a bit why he did them the way he did them. It might have been that he was trying to inflate the numbers a little bit because he expected other people to go a certain way. But let me just say that Sal, Avery, myself, you, and Mason, none of us were in the top 6. So I think this was just somebody trying to inflate his own ranking a little bit, deflate ours. I'm not going to say who it was.
Well, I mean, I'm playing process of elimination. Surely one of those guys would have ranked themselves high. So now we were left with 2, probably 2 guys.
But anyways.
Yeah, no, real talk. Like, the top 4 or 5 was pretty easy for me when I was going through.
The very clear top 5 teams in the league, and top 6 if you include the dev team, because once their buys are done this week, they're going to have a really good team. It's just that I'm catching them at like the peak time possible. It's AJ Brown's also out too, so I'm in really good shape there.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, Bergie, man, you're in pretty good shape, man. Your team's going to bounce back, in my opinion. Just don't do anything crazy, because you are technically a middle of the pack team. And when middle of the pack teams do stuff that's crazy, sometimes that doesn't go over very well. Like selling future firsts and that kind of thing is like maybe not the best idea.
Sometimes on my elite contenders, I'm hesitant to make like a committal move, it sounds so stupid, but like I'll be on a team that's a defending champion, 6-1 record, most points for, and I'm like, do I like slightly overpay to get this deal done? Like, do I sell Cam Ward for Chris Olave in Dynasty just because, like, you know what I mean? Like, shit like that. It's like I shouldn't be fretting as much as I do.
Yeah. But my number one thing that I got to do Monday morning, because I didn't get to it this week, is a sweeping update of my Dynasty rankings. Damn. So Arondé Gadsden absolutely is not the 234th overall player anymore. The question is
over under tight end 6.
Let's have the conversation right now. Bowers, McBride, Warren, not over Gadsden. Pretty straightforward. Right. I think you could argue him as a tight end 4 in Dynasty. If you were really bullish on him, I think you could argue him as a tight end 4 in Dynasty. The question, I guess, becomes, are we ready to put Gadsden over Laporta? I personally am not. Are you ready to put Gadsden over Loveland?
Kraft? Loveland is I would say over Kraft, over Laporta, over like the 25, 26-year-olds for sure. Loveland's the only one, because pending what he does today, like if he goes out there and he has his breakout game and you got the top 10 capital attachment to Chicago, like that would be the conversation. But if that doesn't happen, it would be take luck to say you wouldn't take Gadsden over him. And
it would be. In my opinion, if like gun to your head, you had to make a trade right this minute before the games get started, you should take Gadsden over Loveland.
I agree. Now, obviously, there's the scenario
like you said, if Loveland 89% of the routes and 7 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown or something like that, then you probably favor the top 10 draft capital at that point.
How poetic would it be if we saw like a random Loveland 152 touchdown game the week that I'm starting him against Avery as a big underdog?
Should I ride with you on this? Because I have Dalton
Like
Schultz in my flex right now in my home league, thinking that I
You have
just think it's a
Loveland?
better play without Collins
Wait,
and
oh,
Kirk.
do you have Schultz over Loveland
This
this
week?
week?
Yeah, I do.
I have Loveland at tight end 7 this week.
Tight end 7.
Yeah, I mean, I also
I
have
mean,
Schultz high, but
that's just too high in my opinion.
why though? There's no Komet, and he played 70 plus
so
percent
many
of the
good
routes last
plays
week.
at tight end this week, man. I cannot put him that high.
No, that's reasonable. There's a lot of good plays. Like I'm not gonna harp on you for that, but
I mean, Dalton Schultz is my tight end 9 this week without Collins and Kirk.
I moved him up into my top 12. I'll probably rank him over Fannin because Njoku, I believe, is playing. The Schultz is gonna be my tight end 11. I mean, I'm not gonna have to stop trying.
One more week to talk about this.
Dude, you guys are gonna find out today whether or not I'm biased or whether or not I was cooking all along.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did learn your lesson on Hunter last week. Just saying.
That's what I mean. Arthur, what were you saying about Travis Hunter, brother?
Yeah, Michigan copium to the max here is what him still thinking JJ McCarthy's a functional quarterback.
Did you miss something with Loveland? Komet is out. He played 70+% of the routes. You do get the fact that he obviously the last couple of weeks he missed that week with the hip injury. He came back to a lessened route share, got that route share last week. This just screams breakout week, considering the fact that Baltimore somehow still favored in this game. Also, did you notice that?
Yeah, I did. They're at home, so I kind of understand it to some degree.
I get it. Yeah. I would not put. I mean, I have Kittle ranked higher than them. So what does Kittle have to do?
I'm assuming you have. I'm assuming you must have.
I have him over Kelsey
ahead of Kincaid, Goddard, or Kelsey. One of them at least.
I have him over Kelsey.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that just given the matchup against Washington. It's a pretty easy one. I like the projection for Loveland. Don't get me wrong, but I would rather just. This is my opinion on him. If he's on your waiver wire, go pick him up, stash him. But I wouldn't start him. That's kind of my opinion. Like, unless you're desperate and you need the extra flex spot because of bye weeks and whatnot, I just think there's better guys out there that are desperation flexes. Like, for example, in my home league, my desperation flexes, because of all the bye weeks I have, Nakua and Hunter and all those guys, are Tez Johnson and Dalton Schultz, who, in my opinion, are better desperation flex plays than Colston Loveland this week.
I disagree, but that's fine. I remember when to be fair, after his 2023 season, everybody thought Donovan Edwards was going to be a good running back.
Yeah, it was more after his sophomore year that I thought that. I, for what it's worth, when we did our summer scouting, I was like, this guy's not good. Sophomore tape.
But it's easy to see why. It's a receiving skill set, a guy that averaged 7.7 yard or 6.7 yards per carry. And then he just fell off as a rusher. I do think the injuries caught up to him. I also think mentally he just never processed. It sucks, but I mean, everybody was high on Donovan Edwards. I mean, he's a 5-star recruit that just had an efficient second year.
Yeah. Also, this is I'm all in on. I built a National Tight Ends Day parlay of 5 touchdown scores, and the only non-tight end in it is Darnell Mooney, because Kirk Cousins loves him some Darnell Mooney, and Drake London is officially active. I think. I guess we don't have the inactives for 5 more minutes, but. It looks like we should have London, but we'll see what happens. So there might be some reports of him coming out.
Also, Dylan, this is the correct take. What are we talking about here? That's
I mean,
the quarterback 2 in fantasy.
Even if
that's got to be rage bait.
Correct take right now.
What are we talking about? That's the quarterback 2 in fantasy, and you're bringing it up like it's like, oh yeah, remember how wrong Danny was?
Yeah. Also, going back to this trade, you're doing this for Irving though, even despite Gadsden being on the rise. I think Gadsden is a top 70 startup pick, probably. Or so.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think you do that for Irving every day of the week.
Also, Dylan, in what world is the quarterback 2 in redraft, but not in Dynasty?
I guess maybe you'd favor the age of Purdy, and that I could hear arguments for that in Dynasty. I just think that you probably want to take Dak still.
If I was Dak over Purdy coming into the year, what fucking thing happened this year that would make me revert to the other side?
I mean, if Purdy was having as good of a season as Prescott, then you would probably prefer Purdy in Dynasty given his age, but.
Sure. Again, part of the reason I was already Dak over Purdy coming into the year is because I thought he would have a better year. And sure enough, that's exactly what's materializing. So Dylan's acting like it's wrong. What has changed?
I do think with Ayuk getting his window open next week, Pearsall probably coming back soon, and Purdy being active, I would imagine as soon as next week, he might have a nice little, if you could buy low on Purdy in Dynasty or and pick him up for free in redraft, I think he's a pretty good option.
I don't disagree in premise. I actually do like Purdy, but I mean, acting like Dak Prescott being over him is outrageous, is insane.
Yeah, they're in the same tier for me, but I do have Prescott one spot higher at this moment.
Yeah.
I do have both of them over CJ Stroud though, because that guy's been bad. So
yeah, no, CJ Stroud stinks.
Yeah, Dak, literally, back to QB 39 next year. That is very facts about Dak. You want him on odd numbered years for sure.
Yeah, we're just hoping the guy stays healthy. That's really what it comes down to. Because when he's healthy, I mean,
Romo Dunze, Sutton, T Higgins this week.
Dunze. Yeah, Dunze one spot higher than
I have Sutton higher than Dunze this week.
They're close. Again, I have them wide receiver 7 and wide receiver 9. So
yeah, I mean they're both. I think they're both inside my top 8, and I believe I have Sutton at 5. Yeah, I have Sutton at 5 this week.
Spicy. I have your boy at 5.
Igbuka, I am at 7.
So the tier that I have, so I have the tier 1 in my wide receiver tier list yesterday. I called as the high end wide receiver ones. Chase, Lamb, Rice, Jefferson, Igbuka is my top 5 this week. Obviously, Jefferson got locked in there, number 4 on Thursday. The next tier, 6 through 12, I labeled as the other wide receiver ones because I don't think they're strong enough to be on the level of Igbuka, Jefferson, Rice, Lamb, Chase in terms of projection. Right. But I also think they profile better than every other wide receiver. London, again, we'll see what happens. He's questionable for this game. That's one thing. I don't know
if we'll get news on that. He's out. He just got ruled out. Okay. Yeah, he just got ruled out.
Okay, good thing to note. That sucks for me in the home league. And also, I feel for Zach because we were talking yesterday, like while he was streaming, and he's like, remember 2 weeks ago when everybody said you got robbed in the Puka trade and now he's going to miss as many, or Drake London's going to miss as many weeks as Puka did, and I don't have Daniels, is basically what he said?
Yeah. I do remember that. Not everybody said that you got robbed, though. Let me just put the record straight on that.
You know, ball. What can I say?
Yeah. I mean, there's only one person in this league who does not know ball when it comes to your trades so far this year, and that is
the Mr. one guy who says I've lost every single one.
Yeah. I mean, I think you personally lost the Judkins trade, but other than that, I think you've been decent for the trading.
Dude, I legit agree. When I made the deal, I said, like, I have Roma Dunze ranked higher in my rankings, but my roster kind of dictates that because they're close, I kind of have to do this by process.
I think you could have gotten a better running back than Judkins. I guess that would be my only pushback on that.
But, like, who, though? Because I guess maybe Bucky now because Zach's panicking. I could have probably gotten Bucky, but I wouldn't have had that hindsight earlier in the week. And keep in mind, whoever your RB10 is how I value Judkins. So, like, insert your RB10 instead of Judkins, and that's how I viewed the Odunze trade.
My RB10, I believe, is fucking...
Like, I have Judkins ranked higher than Saquon.
I don't really agree with that.
He averages 2 points per game more. The schedule opens up after the bye. Jerome Ford's also a trade target. Like, if Jerome Ford gets traded, and I get Judkins, like, he's not going to be a full-time third down back. I'm not saying that. But also at the same time, is Samson going to handle all of the, the third down duties, pass blocking duties? Like, I feel like inherently they're going to split up Ford's role a little bit, no?
I have Judkins my RB13. I think all of that's true, and you won't find a bigger Judkins head than me. Yeah. He still plays for the Browns. That's why he's at RB13 for me, because I cannot in good faith take him over Kyron Williams, Bucky Irving, Javonte Williams, Saquon Barkley, or Derrick Henry because of the offense he plays for.
Well, a bunch of those guys he's outscoring.
He is, but I don't expect that to continue for both Barkley and Henry, who I have pretty aggressively ranked because I don't think that their current stuff is going to continue.
Counterpoint, New York Jets, Baltimore Ravens, Las Vegas Raiders, San Francisco 49ers, Tennessee Titans, Chicago Bears, and Buffalo Bills are his next 7 weeks.
Yeah. He's got a great schedule, dude. He's got a great schedule.
And like half of those, I would say that, I mean, the Jets, the Browns, they're probably not favored because it's at New York, but like it's probably going to be like a 3-point type of spread. Game against Vegas, like it's probably same thing. Tennessee at home, they're going to be favored in that game. Like there's just scenarios I'm looking at. Like, yeah, we're scared about the game script for Judkins, but the matchups are good and the game scripts are good. So like we know inherently what his schedule is. So why are we valuing him as if, he could be facing anybody? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I saw Sal said he was a fringe top 50 player in his rank.
Yeah, that's definitely too low. 2 questions. You going Worthy or Tez Johnson in place of London in one of my leagues? It's half PPR also.
And half I gotta go Worthy.
Yeah.
You just got to pray for the touchdown. It's gross though. I'm not gonna lie. It's not fun starting Worthy right now.
Yeah, Dylan, we'll yap as long as we fucking want, pal.
Yeah. Well, dude, I think it was a reply I had to Mason or something on Twitter, and Dylan just came with the replies. He's like, please send a team review. I'm like, dude, when we have an opportunity to send some free team reviews and you're in chat, sure. But like, we don't send free team reviews every single minute of every single hour of every single day.
Facts. All right. But he does have a point. We should probably get back to the questions.
Good point.
Jelenius here, playing his rival Team Whitewater this week. Okay. Not sure who to start between May and Mayfield. Also wondering if I should drop Henderson or Algier to pick somebody up off the waiver wire.
Mooney has to be picked up this week. You have London?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm totally cool dropping Algier for Mooney this week if you need a spot start at wide receiver because Hunter.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably a good call. Mooney is gonna let me rank Mooney right now because I got to move him up my rank.
Also, trade one of your tight ends. Why do you have 2 of the top 3 tight ends in fantasy?
Yeah, if you could trade one of these tight ends, even the quarterbacks too. I don't. Given that Goff is on waivers, see if you can trade Mayfield plus Brian Thomas and tier up marginally at wide receiver. Like the deal I did with Danny where I traded Dak Prescott and Isaiah Pacheco to tier up marginally at running back with Kenneth Walker, in my opinion. Those are the types of deals that when league markets don't really value quarterbacks that you kind of just have to take at that point, even if you can get a little bit of juice on top of the tier up.
Also, Brock, I see you in here. Can you respond to my trade? Dude, I'm trying to send you your favorite player. Let's work.
Yeah. Darnell Mooney is a top 20 receiver, right? This week?
Easily. He is my wide receiver 18. And to be honest, no Lamar, I would start him over Zay Flowers this week. Kirk Cousins, #1 wide receiver in an advantageous matchup.
Dude, he's got a Pro Bowl quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. He's actually got a good quarterback.
No, but they both do. I was going to say Tyler Huntley is the Pro Bowl quarterback I was referring to, but yeah.
Brock, no worries at all. You had mentioned that in the DM, so I assumed, but I saw you in here, so I had to shoot my shot because we have an hour and a half to potentially make magic happen.
Yeah. Okay. So setting the lineup, you have May over Mayfield or Mayfield over May?
May over Mayfield or Mayfield over May. I have May this week.
Okay, I have Mayfield 1 spot higher, given the game environment in Cleveland's a 38.5 point over under, and it's a pretty tough pass defense. So I do. Baker's on the road and May's at home, so maybe you could use that as a tiebreaker. But I do have Mayfield 1 spot higher.
Where do you have them respectively?
I mean, for what it's worth, he also has Ibuka in his lineup.
Wait, Kincaid's out?
What? Kincaid is.
What?
I literally saw that Kincaid was active 2 minutes ago.
The fuck?
Hold on here.
Is he out?
I literally saw that Kincaid was active 2 minutes ago.
Oh, not confirmed. Okay. So, Dylan's just trolling.
Not confirmed Kincaid out. Also, I mean, Kincaid plays at 1, so it should be confirmed.
Yeah. Enough. I mean, they're all getting announced now. Maybe Dylan. Oh, he read it wrong.
My bad. I read it wrong. Yeah. He's.
You're telling, bro.
I saw it 5 minutes ago. I was plugged in because I have Kincaid, so that's why I'm like.
Dude, in the Mickey Mouse League, I have to roll no tight end this week because I kept trying to make a deal with fucking Weiser. I was trying to get Amonra and Kraft off of him for basically Malik Neighbors in a first because I'm competing. He's 0-7, so I'm like, this is a perfect deal to make for both of us. Can't fucking make one apparently. So I'm just rolling out a Sam Laporta on bye because I have no backup tight end. Actually, no, my backup tight end was Cole Kmet.
Yeah, also, you would accuse us of yapping. At least what we're saying is accurate. Maybe not actually, because we were talking about rankings and shit.
Yeah, no, you're chill, Brock. You're chill. If we want to engage on a Jonathan Taylor deal next week, we can potentially.
If you're trying to sell Jonathan Taylor, I'll throw my hat in the ring.
Hey, dude, I'm looking for a Godfather. If you're willing to meet a Godfather, we can talk.
Yeah.
Full transparency, I was looking for James Cook and Brock Bowers from Brock.
Okay. I don't really feel like giving you Justin Jefferson and Kyron Williams. So
yeah. Well, I mean, we both know that's probably what JT's worth. It's just
probably, yeah.
Selling him is tough sometimes.
That's about the best I could do, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, if you offered it formally, we could probably cook something.
Yeah.
Because I can drop Jaden Blue and I can play both those backs this week.
No one on earth should roster Jaden Blue. Let me just put it that
Have
way.
you seen the waiver wire in this league?
Hunter Lepke would start over him if Javonte ever went down.
The best running backs available are like Ty Johnson and Samaje Perine.
Fact. Okay, so I'm cool going Mayfield over May just because you have Igbuka. It's a better game environment. It makes sense to me. Bijan's obviously going to be your RB1. Kenneth Walker on bye. Henderson. Here's the problem though, Danny, about dropping Algier is that I think that playing both Falcons running backs is what I would do in his RB slot.
Probably now.
What you gonna play Walker or you gonna play Henderson or Algier? Like I would rather play Algier, even despite starting Bijan.
Well, the thing is, who you're starting at wide receiver then? Because you have one active wide receiver this week.
Well, it's a start 8, so you'd have that's true actually. Fuck. Well, I mean, you'd flex both tight ends, or you'd play both tight ends here.
And then, I mean, at least Henderson is playing. I can't say the same about 3 of his receivers.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man.
I mean, at that point, let me ask you. I don't want to drop Henderson, but if you're banking on Algier starting, would you drop Henderson for Darnell Mooney?
Yeah, probably.
Would you drop a quarterback? You would I would want to trade one of the quarterbacks. I don't want to drop either.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Jelanius, if you're listening to this, if you can make a last minute sell one of these quarterbacks move, even if it's just for like a bunch of fab, honestly, like I would probably just get the roster spot freed up or make a last minute 2-for-1 trade that frees up a roster spot for you as well. I would be cool doing that. But
that's the move.
If you absolutely had to, I would be cool. I think the best way to play this is to drop Henderson and pick up Mooney.
Probably is, to be honest, because I mean Algier is actually startable and Henderson isn't.
Yeah, and you're going to flex Ferguson and play Mooney in your second wide receiver spot, given that Thomas and Hunter are on bye and London is out. Also, for the love of God, can we stop with the wide receiver injuries and get a goddamn running back injury? Like, holy. Every week, you're probably talking for 10 minutes about injuries on your tier list. I haven't spoken about injuries the whole year.
Luckily this week, like the guys that were out were pretty much announced. Unfortunately, when I recorded, that was before Drake London randomly became questionable. So I had to add a pinned comment. Oh, Drake London, by the way, he's questionable. If London's out, Mooney becomes a top 20 wide receiver. I just pinned the comment because it's like recording sometimes for that wide receiver video, like shit in the next 3 hours gets released after I recorded. And I'm like, well, like people are going to watch it. Well, actually, did you remember this point that was made, 3 hours ago was announced? I'm like, yeah, I recorded the video before that. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, there's a gap that I need to fucking edit the video between when it's recorded versus when it comes out.
Oh,
like,
it happened to me too. It happened to me as well, because when I posted the video or when I recorded the video, Lamar had not been announced out yet. And I had Derrick Henry way higher than where I would have had him before.
I got so lucky that Lamar got announced out right as I was about to record.
Yeah. No, for sure. Okay. We obviously don't. Let me just make this quick disclaimer. We do not wish injuries on any NFL player. But if there was a running back who went down, which one would feed the most families for you? Because there's a very clear answer for me, because my highest drafted running back on Underdog is DJ Giddens. And that would also have the 2-pronged effect of making Sal's team worse in the flock league.
Can we just wait until I sell him in the listener league?
I'm saying, in your portfolio, which one would feed the most families if there was hypothetically a major running back injury?
It's tough because I have a lot of McCaffrey on Underdog because I was drafting him when he was like a second round pick. Answer. Charbonnet is a good answer, man. Travis Etienne.
Yeah, I need a running back too without Hampton in the worst way in my home league, and I have Tootin, so I would also be okay with that. Again, we're just having fun here. Of course, we're not wishing any injuries on these guys.
No, Mason's serious when he wishes injuries.
No, I'm going to knock on wood so Bijan doesn't go down today, because for me, even suggesting that, I'm tempting the fantasy gods.
Well, I mean, my 2 best players have dealt with ankle sprains, so hopefully I'm in the clear a little bit.
All right. We kind of gave him the best way to handle his lineup. And again, I think after this week, your team's going to be in really great shape. Hopefully Brian Thomas is healthy for you. But again, maybe try and sell one of those tight ends, those quarterbacks, either after the week or before, if you got a little buzzer beater trade in the system here. Quarterback wise, Goff on bye, Purdy not playing. So yes, you have to start Joe Flacco. Running back, you going Chase Brown or Alvin here?
Chase.
Yeah.
Love the matchup.
I love the matchup too, but the one thing that's on my radar for New Orleans is that Alvin played 85% of the snaps without Kendra Miller last week. Was that a result of, okay, Kendra got hurt mid-game, so we give Alvin all the snaps, or is that what we're going to see going forward? Because if that happens going forward and they don't really trust Evan Neal, I think it's possible that Kamara gains quite a bit of value.
Maybe, but he played 85% of the snaps, and it resulted in 5.9 fantasy points. And the guy's averaging 3.64 yards per carry and 4.24 yards per target this year.
Counterpoint, usage is more indicative of future fantasy scoring. And second, he plays the worst receiving back defense in the league this week in Tampa Bay. So it's possible he might just catch 7 passes.
This week, it could be fine. I thought you meant more so in the long term for Kamara, how you value him. I just think
I was at 27%. So, I mean,
I'll hope for you it works out after I sell him in the listener league.
You know what I actually want to happen? I don't want him to be a chalk advance rate player. What I want to happen is nothing serious, just a little low ankle sprain, Jonathan Taylor, week 16. So
hear me out.
I get Giddens in the money weeks as the starter.
Hear me out. It would be hilarious if Sal's team stayed healthy all year. He got the bye week, and then he got cucked for the semifinal.
That would be funny. That would be really funny.
No, like the week that he's not playing, he's on bye is where everything goes wrong.
We're rolling dual tight end here, right? Ferguson and Kittle over Kamara.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, it's National Tight Ends Day.
Hey, dude, if you want to just show respect to Travis Hunter, throw him in despite the bye, you could do that too. No, I'm kidding.
Disclaimer across the board. If you guys have the opportunity to start 2 tight ends in solidarity, we're not even American, but as an American, you need to start a second tight end.
You are about to see the most PA boots that you've ever seen in your life.
You know how many tight end attacks you're going to see today? Half PPR Waddle plus Genty or Hall for Saquon.
I thought it was just a free
I would do this in a heartbeat. Either of those running backs. I don't give a shit who it is. I would prefer to sell Hall than Genty, though.
What is it? 12 teams start 7. The wire is going to be decent. I just don't view Saquon as a big upgrade over Genty.
You see where I got him overall, dude. I'm in on buying Saquon. I'm in on it.
Where do I have him overall? 25. I have him behind Kyron, behind Garrett, behind Devontae, behind Quinshawn, behind Pickens, behind Adunze, behind Javonte.
Yeah, there's no way. There's on no planet would I take Quinshawn Judkins over Saquon as much as I love Quinshawn Judkins. And for best ball bag's sake, I hope I'm wrong about that. But I think that we're getting the 70-yard touchdown today. So this will be the best possible opportunity to buy Saquon Barkley, in my opinion.
Dude, even if we get the touchdown today, why can't Judkins get his own? Like, he's a really good fucking player.
He's sick, man. He's sick. I just think that eventually the Eagles will figure out their run game because why wouldn't they? They have talent on offensive line. They have talent in the backfield. There's nothing wrong with their team. They just need to play better as a run blocking unit and a run game, specifically Barkley.
I hope you're right. I have Saquon in my home league, and I would love for him to have a big sell high week. That'd be fucking fantastic. But like I'm looking through it right now. What are we at for Quinshawn? We're at 16.4 PPR points per game since week 3 once he started getting his workload.
Dude, you don't have to talk me into Judkins.
I'm just saying it's like you're getting the younger, fresher player. I understand the offense is the big concern, but it's the younger, fresher player averaging 3 points per game more. At the very minimum, I think they should be viewed in the same tier. And I to be honest, I don't see that at all on the site.
Yeah, that's fair. Who's comeback player of the year right now? Is it Christian McCaffrey? Probably.
Dak's up there.
Is he high in the odds? Like, I don't know, because it's such a narrative-y award that I don't know how they actually view it. I think Christian's the highest in the odds, if I'm not mistaken. And I think DJ's 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, like Dak is currently listed as the favorite, by the way.
Really? Okay. When I checked a week or 2 ago, I think it was McCaffrey that was listed as the favorite.
It's listed as Dak plus 100. Christian McCaffrey plus 175, Aiden Hutchinson plus 375, Daniel Jones plus 463, and number 5, Stephon Diggs. What did he come back from being ass? Oh no,
an ACL tear.
He tore his ACL. Yeah,
also, Daniel Jones came back from being ass.
Good point.
So here's my hot take. People
go to Darnold.
Yeah, I know. People go, oh, dude, comeback player of the year. It's comebacks from injuries and shit, not comebacks from being ass. It's way harder to come back from being ass, in my opinion. That's why I think Daniel Jones, for my money, is comeback player of the year. When you think of what a comeback is, just think about it. It's,
no, you're right. It's
come back from your career being like pretty much over, as in 2022 or whatever. Geno Smith was comeback player of the year, I think, if I'm not mistaken, unless it was Burrow coming off of an injury.
Probably.
Like, in my opinion, that's what a comeback story is. It should have been Geno, it should have been Mayfield, it should have been Darnold, and it should be Daniel Jones. That's in my opinion what comeback player of the year means.
Did Darnold not win it?
No, he didn't.
Oh,
Burrow won it.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it should necessarily just be, you came back from an injury. It's football. Everybody's coming back from injuries every year.
Ethan, counterpoint, the Colts could very well go 14-3.
Yeah, like if Shane Steichen wins Coach of the Year, there's no reason that he's not comeback player of the year. And I say this as somebody who is adamantly bag defending a slip of me who bet him to win comeback player of the year.
Wasn't like DeMar Hamlin high in the odds last year?
Yeah, and again, I think that he should have won it that year too. And like Flacco had like 5 good games for a team with an elite defense. And
Flacco won it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was 2 years ago. I mean, like, respectfully, coming back from dying is probably the biggest comeback you can have.
I think wherever you were before the award is what determines how big the comeback is. So Daniel Jones being a waiver free agent cut by the Giants is a bigger comeback.
P-Mac.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, though. Like, how is that not comeback?
Dude, he literally Undertakered. Like, how is that not comeback player of the year?
Dude, you know how much bragging rights you would have around, like, yo, I was gone and then I wasn't. Like that is so fucking typical, like a story you could tell in the future. Like, I understand it's fucking terrible given the circumstances, but like, just imagine like you were in that position and you were saved. You know what I mean? It's like your outlook on life would be completely different. I understand this is a fantasy football podcast, but like realistically trying to
save that for the theology pod.
Dude, you know, the way I think is just somebody needs to study it. Like after I'm dead. Like, I don't know why, just like I think very philosophically sometimes.
Kim Kardashian comeback. That's crazy.
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. No tight end premium. I already have Kraft and Gadsden. So, I mean, Dynasty 10 teams start 7. Yeah, I'll take the early to mid 1 if you already have Kraft and Gadsden and non-tight end premium.
Yeah, that's a sweet offer, I will say.
It's hard. Dude, AJ, if he's in the chat right now, knows how hard it is to sell tight ends in Dynasty when you have a bunch, especially when there's 25 viable ones every week, it seems like.
If I put Laporte on the block, the best offer I'd get is a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, and like sometimes the market corrects itself. Like I bought Laporta in one league last year for the 111 in the 2025 rookie draft, which I thought was a good deal, but sometimes you get absolutely nothing.
Did you see Scatterboo got grills, by the way?
I did. That was kind of electric. Also, care to guess how much grills cost? Because I was like, like what a money status symbol. It must be so expensive.
10 grand?
Not even.
7.5?
It's like 4 to 6 grand.
Oh.
I thought it was like maybe I was looking at the dustbin fucking diamond shop or something, but like it looked like I thought grills would be like significantly more expensive.
Back they're like 500. Yeah, but if you put the $500 ones on, you probably get tooth decay.
Yeah, I mean the gold grills are like 500 probably.
Yeah. You can get
14 karat gold grills are probably 500. Oh. My fucking wedding band costs more than that.
Yo, shout out.
But yeah, if you're getting diamond grills, like Scatterboo got diamond grills, and yeah, BMAC did actually have a pair in high school. I can confirm that he did have a pair of gold grills in high school.
Yeah, that's fire. What the fuck? Yo, I gotta find it. But speaking of Scatterboo, randomly, I showed you in the chat, right? Randomly, I was on Twitter and I replied. It was like the picture of Scatterboo wearing the Knicks jersey at the game, and I replied to that post with like a picture. It was on a magazine of OG Anunoby doing like a backwards dump, and Scatterboo's just like getting hyped in the back.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
Scatterboo's mom fucking liked it.
That's funny.
Let me see if I can find it. No, clown post. Okay, here. So really quick, I promise. But I replied with this to this post. And Scatterboo's mom liked it. I'm not sharing that screen now. There. I fucking saw that.
Classic Becky Scatterboo.
Shout out.
One of these days, me and Danny need a story of like someone cool popping in on our stream. Like the domain guys had Travis Hunter pop in on their stream. I know Destination Devi had like Brees Hall's mom was like a adamant follower of theirs. I would like, I mean, we do have one on the Instagram, but we don't know how much he watches our content for what it's worth.
What, Big Boy?
Yeah, Big Boy. This is how uneducated I am. Danny had to educate me that Big Boy was an outcast.
Yeah, dude. So I mentioned to Corey, I'm like, yo, did you see that Big Boy followed the FSE Instagram? And he's like, who the fuck is Big Boy? And I'm like, dude, did you never listen to Outcast? And I'm like, and he's like, oh yeah, yo, Outcast, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, Andre 3000 and Big Boy. And you're like, wait, that's Big Boy from Outcast? I'm like, yeah.
I just assumed that was Outcast. They were Outcast. I didn't know their names.
Yeah, no. Shout out Big Boy, man. Fucking, that's crazy. You didn't know who it was.
The reason I knew who Big Boy was because of that album that was in all the Madden games, like All Night or whatever. Like I wanna kick it, like that. Those newer albums of his that were in Madden games. That's the reason I knew who he was, like by his name.
Well, yeah, because that was before obviously Andre, like right after Outcast. Like
why DKB? I do not know ball apparently, like at all.
Yeah, dude, we gotta appreciate
Big Boy. Correct. Man. I knew Andre 3000 was in Outcast, but like, do you know who Art Garfunkel is? Like, everyone knows Paul Simon. Like, that's where I'm at with it.
Okay, Unc, what the fuck is a Garfunkel? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, please tell me you know who Simon and Garfunkel are.
What?
This guy. I'm getting roasted for not knowing Outcast's members by name, and you don't know who Simon and Garfunkel are.
I'm sorry, I didn't know the people that were active from 1963.
I mean, they're fucking absolutely goats, but all right.
Hey, it's so fucking peak, by the way, that I'm calling you Unc for not knowing like the early 2000s fucking Outcast, and now you're calling me uneducated for not knowing the 1960 band.
I might not know the names of the people, but I can sing all of Sorry Miss Jackson. Like I know the music, I just don't know the names of the members.
Yeah, no fair.
So this is Gadsden over Dart pretty easily, right? Rest of season redraft very easily. Yeah, Gadsden, you'd rather have, right?
I thought that was a dynasty question for a second, but in redraft, absolutely.
No, it's failed to update question status. I got to log out and log back in. Also, I'm still pissed at myself that in my home league where I'm currently starting like Harold Fannin as my tight end, I had Gadsden on my roster up until 2 weeks ago and I dropped him. I had him all season. I was stashing him as an upside play.
You saw in our listener league, tight end premium league, both me and you rostered Gadsden at one point and dropped him, right?
Yeah, that's fun.
In the tight end premium too, which is horrible.
That's so fun, dude. I love fantasy sometimes.
Dude.
We both right and wrong at the same time. That's the thing that pisses me off. Also, last side tangent, I swear to God. Last night, I came back from the grave. I lost $100 in 44 minutes playing poker with my buddies. Like instantly rinsed, playing aggressive, get rinsed. Watch the rest of the Blue Jay game as a bystander while they're playing because I'm like, screw it, the game's on, I'll just watch it. And then
you come
back in with $60 in a dream. The pots, people are big stacking already. This is a stupid ass idea. Coming back in with $60. Win 2 of my first 3 hands. I'm up 250. I came in with 100. I'm up 250 at this point. The rule at the table is when you get up, you can't just leave. You can't just cash out.
That's proper poker etiquette. Like
exactly. So you can't just leave. Yeah. So I go, okay, it's 12 o'clock or whatever. I'm going to leave at like 12:30. The dealer is like 7 hands away from me. So I'm like, I'll leave after my deal. So I do my blinds and I'll leave after my deal. On the very last hand, I
got aces.
I have 5-8 suited in my hand. There's a 6 and a 7 on the board on the turn.
Yeah.
Next card flips up, irrelevant card. It was like a 2 or something. I'm backing off, checking and shit. One of Dylan's uncles who like has played professionally, like a very, very good poker player.
I need to play him.
Is slow playing me. I'm allowing it because I think I messed
So you're drawing to a gut shot?
I'll tell you. Sorry, I'll rephrase how this happened. The flop, was my straight. The flop was my straight. That's the card that popped up.
You hit the straight.
I flopped the straight. Hey. But he rivered a boat on me. So I got screwed because he's slow playing me I raised him off my straight and then put him basically all in. And then he fucking flopped or rivered the boat. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Dude,
Like,
I thought
are you fucking kidding me? Because I was up and I was about to leave. I was literally about to cash out.
I thought the story you were about to say is that, yeah. I had 5-8 of hearts and 2 of the, like, I flopped the straight, but I also had 2 hearts, and then you rivered a straight flush or some bullshit.
Yeah, no, I got screwed. Because I was literally about to leave. Like, if I win that hand, I would have quadrupled or quintupled what I came with, and I was about to leave.
I got to get into a fucking another game of poker soon, man.
You don't want to play with these guys, dude.
Trust me, I do.
They're assassins. They're
like, I love action.
That have played professionally.
That's perfectly fine, dude. Because honestly, I understand my implied odds, and I would rather people play properly. Like that. Yeah. That's really what it comes down to for me. I lose sometimes when people are just playing improperly because it's so hard to read their actual range when they don't even know their own range. That's my biggest thing in poker. It's like, oh yeah, this guy's calling me down with like 5-9 suited or something because you flopped a straight. But let's just say a guy flopped a gut shot. He would just call me down and I would get fucked. Yeah. But like, it's not me. Like I'm putting pressure on the pot, trying to get him out with those draws. And some people will just stick around. And it's just like, well, fuck. Sometimes they drill it on me. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I want to pull my hair off.
The thing that sucks the most about it is the 2 hands that I won when I came back in were like, I couldn't have played them any better. It's not like I just got lucky or something. Like I couldn't have played them any better. And I won both hands against guys who have played professionally. Like they were like legit, like well played, like like a genuine compliment. I was like, okay, I'm cooking now. And I got over aggressive. I saw the straight on there and I was like, I didn't factor in that if another 6 comes up, he now has a boat because he had pocket 5s or something, or pocket 8s or something, whatever was on the board. He had pockets of.
Well, 80% of the game with poker is understanding your hand, understanding your range, understanding the implied odds of a certain pot, what money's actually in, what do you have to call, how many times do you have to be right? Let's just say hypothetically, you have to match a $400 bet and there's 3,000 already in the pot. You do the math, you realize, okay, I have to be right X amount of times. What is my actual equity in this pot? What could he have in terms of the top of his range, in terms of the low end of his range, and how often do I actually win this pot? All those calculations happen. So if you mathematically understand poker, it's like 75, 80% of the game. And obviously when you're playing a cash game, you're live with someone. The other 20% is literally just saying, okay, I understand the implied odds, but what's most likely given the player I'm playing against and given the circumstances we're in? Like there's a lot that goes, that's why I love poker. Because when I started playing, it's like, I was like reading a bunch that I could. I was watching everything that I could. It went to the point where the first time I played, I got fucking rinsed within a few hands. And the next time I played against my buddies, really the next 3 times, I rinsed them every single time. Like I'm a very addictive personality.
These guys play the man poker players, which is it's sketchy. Like they're reading your tells and shit, which I'm not experienced enough to play because they played professionally. They read players. Like everybody knows the book and the probabilities for them. Like everybody that they play against. So the only advantage you now have is playing the man.
When you're playing with those guys, literally just hop on some glasses, and when you're in a big hand, just cover your mouth because your mouth is the biggest sign of tell.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. Even when I play with my friends and I bring out the glasses, they're like, "Do you really have to wear shades, Danny?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to win your fucking money. Of course, I'm going to wear my shades."
Yeah. No, the thing that frustrates me is just that I ended up breaking even, so it didn't really matter, but. I left after that hand and I still had, because I put him all in and he had less chips than me. Yeah. But it sucks that I was about to like 6x my money if I win. If he got literally any other card other than the 6 that flipped up, I would have beaten him. Any other card. And everyone at the table, even like the guys that are like really good at poker, they're like,
that's a bad beat.
They're like, that is a brutal beat. Like there's nothing you could have done there pretty much.
Yeah, getting rivered is probably the worst feeling in poker.
Not to mention, like, my implied odds, if it was next-gen stats before that card flips up, is, like, probably 99%.
Well, so there was a 6 on the table, you said. He had 2 6s in his hand?
No, he had pocket... I had 5-8 in my hand, 7... He had pocket 7s is what he had.
Pocket 7s, and there was a 6 on the board. So there was a 7 on the board, a 6 on the board. He drills the 6, so he ends up making 7s full of 6s. So, therefore, if he had... there was a 6 on the board. We don't know if anybody folded them. So realistically, he's drawing to 3 6s. And we're talking about at that point, what, 40 cards? How many people were in the hand?
In the hand?
Yeah.
There was, up until the turn, I think there was only like 5 people in the hand. And then after the turn, when he made his first bet to slow play me, it was just heads up. I'm pretty sure.
Cards, 15 cards on the board or 14 cards on the board. Yeah, we're looking at realistically, 2 out of 38 chance that was going to be a 6. Obviously, not knowing what the hands were.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if anybody folded a 6. I don't know, like,
yeah, no one.
Context.
I don't think there was any.
But yeah, sorry, that was a tangent. But like, that's what I love about poker. It's like when you get fucked, you can understand just how statistically improbable it is sometimes, or improbable it is sometimes.
Well, like, and again, I got fucked knowing exactly what I thought was true. He had pockets. I thought he had pockets. I figured he had pockets. I was like, he's playing me on 2 pair right now. He's not even really factoring in that I might have the straight. He's playing me on 2 pair. And the worst thing that can happen is a 2 pair on the board. It was the only thing I was hoping that didn't happen.
Also, Christian is right because he had a pocket pair and there was a 7 on the board. It could have been any card that came down. So that's also worth noting. That's fair. For some reason I thought he had 6-7, but you mentioned he had pocket 7s.
He had pocket 7s. Yeah.
He had technically speaking more odds than I gave him.
I said 2 pair. I knew he had the 3 of a kind is what I 2 pair or 3 of a kind is what I figured he had. And then the worst thing that could happen to me was a full house.
Correct. Yeah, so his implied odds would have been better than what I said because he had the pockets, but even still, I mean, you're talking about less than 20% equity.
Anyways, Terry McLaurin, Tedero McMillan, Brian Thomas, and London are obviously out. McMillan over McLaurin probably
comfortably.
And then in the flex, I think you go Dobbins probably.
Judder.
I would much rather play Dobbins against the Cowboys than Judkins against the Patriots, dude. The Patriots are allowing the least amount of total yards per game to running backs. And the Cowboys are probably allowing the most. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's probably top 3.
I'm gonna move Dobbins up in my rankings because I actually
talk 10 right now.
It's funny because I agree with you because I actually took his higher in my pick'em. Which we could talk about in a second. McLaurin is out. I don't believe so.
McLaurin is not out. It looks like he's gonna play.
Nick Mangold died.
Yeah, apparently he had was it liver failure or something?
Fuck, man.
Kidney disease.
That's sad.
Yeah, not great. Jets legend indeed. Yeah. C Splash, buy Mageddon. Help me with starters. Okay. Travis is on bye. Walker's on bye. Charbonnet's on bye. So you're going, I mean, you got to play the workload of Pollard, I would imagine, for one of these. And then the question becomes Menengai or Harvey. I personally lean towards Menengai, even though Harvey might have the higher ceiling, just given that he's more explosive and the matchups basically nutted for both of them, though. I mean, Harvey and Menengai have the 2 worst run defenses in football that they're going up against. So, that one's pretty easy. And then in the flex here, so no St. Brown, none of the running backs. It's Mason Taylor versus Harvey versus Troy Franklin in the flex here.
Yeah, I think he just take the upside shot of Franklin scoring a touchdown.
Well, he's going to have to play Franklin in his wide receiver spot because London got ruled out.
Okay, so that makes it even grosser.
It's Harvey versus Taylor. Taylor's officially active today. Justin Fields is going to start. No Garrett Wilson. I think I would take the upside of Taylor. It's National Tight Ends Day too. So
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, go Taylor. That's a close
sucks.
one,
it's a bad bye week and some bad injuries that you got hit with.
So I'm gonna go put my my picks in the background. By the way,
yeah, go nuts. Mabau here. DeAndre Swift versus Romo Dunze. This isn't even close, dude. What? I guess this is a primo sell high on DeAndre Swift. So go ahead and do that. Messy language, which we specialize in. Devontae Smith is in your lineup. Where do you have Smith? I have him top 10 this week.
Oh, higher than you then. He is
9 for me. Actually, sorry, London is still in my rankings. He's 8. Now London is out of my rankings.
7. And to be honest, if you want to rank him above Dunze, I don't think you're outrageous to do that with no AJ Brown, which sucks for me because I play against him in the flock league.
Yeah, you are, brother.
I got a puncher's chance, and that's it.
I got a puncher's chance. Is operating at peak capacity with Rashad and Devontae at nutted projection right now.
And also, I love you, Nick, but the fact that you fucking declined Roma Dunze and Jalen Warren for Rashee Rice and Javonte Williams, and you took the deal that you did. Quentin Johnson fucking sucks. Kyron Williams is worse than Javonte. Like,
that was a fleece.
I'm pissed. I had a better deal. I understand it, but like, fuck, man.
I think it's Menengai. I think I'm just dumb. I think it's Menengai is how you're supposed to say it. I just keep saying Menengai because I'm stupid.
I'm starting 2 tight ends I'm starting two tight
If
ends.
you're like, again, we're not Americans, but you're un-American if you're starting less than 2 tight ends this week.
Yeah, Aspinall fight got called off basically because he got double poke in the eye, so the referee called it a no contest.
Oh,
UFC 321, the
Yeah,
title
I
fight, like
mean,
the main event.
let me
it got
guess.
called
This was
off.
like the greatest card ever because that's what every
Well-
UFC fan says every week.
Well, actually, it was one of the weaker cards the UFC's had in a while. But I mean, it's still disappointing nonetheless because Gane versus Aspinall was going to be a good fight, but it ended literally in the first round because it got no contest.
True. You going Fannin over these? Njoku is active today, but he was limited
I'll
in
go
practice all week.
Yeah, I'll
Probably
go
going-
Fannin.
Yeah, I'd probably go Fannin there.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
with
it's
you there.
possible. I saw, I can't remember which fantasy doc tweeted this out, but they said that Njoku's at pretty high re-injury risk right now, is what they said. So,
Have fun.
I mean, stash up Harold Fannin because if Njoku, I know Njoku didn't have a good week Fannin didn't have a good week last week, but it was a terrible game environment for passing. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. I think Fannin is still a really good play this week.
Also, Bush, like, you're sure you don't want to trade for Marcus Mariota for a flexible piece this week?
Why?
In the FSC Listener League, I have Dulcich in the lineup because everybody else is on bye or hurt.
I don't want Marcus Mariota. I have Justin Fields got renamed the starter.
You got Jane Daniels.
I do, but I initially I was going to I was going to super flex DK Metcalf, but then Justin Fields is the starter again, so I don't have to.
Dude, what a gross decision for me.
Justin Fields is a top 10 quarterback play this week for me.
He's top 12 for me or top 13, whatever. I don't disagree, but like I'm still projected to win by 40 in the Listener League, but I really want to stay undefeated, and I'm gonna have to fucking flex Greg Dulcich.
Yeah, I would rather play Justin Fields than Caleb Williams this week. He runs too much, man.
Not against Baltimore, dude.
Baltimore, they stink.
They do, but like. Also, why, dude? I fucking made 3 waivers in the Mickey Mouse League, and they don't go through till Tuesday. The fuck?
That's terrible.
How is there no Sunday waivers? What are we talking about? I made them last night.
Actually, you know what? Scribbles is just
What the fuck?
Wait, Underdog Noti just not saying Lamar plays? What?
No
Lamar
way.
Jackson expected to play.
What? I have to put him back in all my lineups now.
What the fuck is going on? What? He got ruled out yesterday, didn't he?
He got ruled out. Yeah, that's insane. You can't do that.
Hamstring ruled out for Sunday. The Ravens have ruled Lamar Jackson out 23 hours ago. How is it possible?
Hey, Cash Patel, get on them. Cash Patel, get on them.
Yeah, what do you do if you're me, where you have Caleb Williams?
I think the cutoff for me would be like Daniel Jones of who I'd start over.
Do we instantaneously hammer the Ravens -2.5 right now?
Dude, I had fucking Chicago money line in a parlay. Now this is fucking foul. That's fucking foul. I better get my fucking
I've seen in my life, like for Vegas stuff.
It's the most rigged shit I've ever seen.
All of the books got hammered Chicago yesterday. All of them.
They better fucking take off my parlay. They won't.
Dude, I don't know if I've ever seen a more tampered with thing in my life. Clearly, like interference betting wise.
What are we talking about?
Oh my God. This is week 9 people are talking about. Oh my God. Expected to play in week 9. You guys are literally scaring the shit out of us.
Why'd you guys tweak us? We're fucking streaming. Like, we can't.
The first noti I saw was Drake said Underdog just noti saying Lamar plays.
Yeah,
not
that's foul to leave out.
I mean, Michael did say week 9 after that, but I saw the Underdog says that he plays, so I was worried.
I was about to put Lamar in all of my lineup, so thank
this reeks of John C. pull-ups. No, okay, we're good. We're good, fellas. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
It's week 8. He's out for week 8. He is expected to play on Thursday Night Football against the Dolphins.
Oh man!
God, that was a roller coaster of emotion.
You going Christian Watson or Jahan Dotson this week?
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
It's in our Devi Disciples League. You know how you're in my team is.
I would go Dotson probably.
That's who I have in right now. That's fucking nasty.
Okay, let's get to these questions here.
Sorry. Wow, that just fucking
that threw me
set
through
me
a
off
loop
the edge.
here.
Holy fuck! I need to compose myself. Also, NFL game streaming. Yeah, there you go. See you later, pal. No, none of that bullshit, bud.
Okay, Tucker Kraft is going to be one of these flexes for sure.
Yes.
Oh, actually, hold on. Chase Brown or Rome Odunze? I mean, Odunze is going to be the other. You going to play Tucker Kraft over Chase Brown? Yeah.
Tight end day, absolutely.
Oh, National Tight End Day, baby.
Absolutely.
Let's roll.
Yo, all the good tight ends just make a $5, $10, 2+ touchdown bet. It's not gonna hurt you. Dude, Corey, I put $10 on Loveland 2+ touchdowns. That plus 2,200 just with meme.
Yeah. Also, come on, chat. I need you guys to source your fucking
guys need to
information
lock
and get
in.
some accurate shit in here. Like, you guys got to stop dropping stuff in here. Like, for all I know, Nick Mangold might still be alive based on what you guys said in the chat.
I searched it.
I'm just joking. I saw the report on Twitter before the chat said it.
Oh, thank God. I don't have to flex Greg Dulcich. My waiver claim for Van Jefferson came in.
Oh, God. Anytime you're excited to start Van Jefferson, you know you're about to get 0 points. Okay, Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dowdle. I have Hubbard ranked higher this week.
Rico.
My thought process is this. People didn't agree with it on the running back tier list, so I get it. My thought process is this. Negative game script, your 7-point underdogs. Chuba Hubbard ran 50% of the routes last week, and it was his first game back from a multi-week absence, so he'll probably see a little bit more work. A little bit more. I'm not saying he'll take over the backfield or anything. I'm saying he'll probably see a little bit more because it was his first week back.
You might just get hit with the Rico.
Ethan, stop.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that shit.
If it's true, I will lose my mind, though. That would be insane.
I got challenged to 2 gritties. Cool.
Okay. So where do you have them ranked? We'll have to determine who actually wins this one. I have Dowdle at 25 and Hubbard at 20.
Take a look. Dowdle 22, Hubbard 26. So basically same vibe, except basically flipped. The expert consensus on the site also has Dowdle higher.
All right, we'll roll with Dowdle. I want the record to show that I do prefer Hubbard. Wide receiver, Igbuka is going to be in your lineup. London is out, so you got to make other plans here. I guess your best options are Io Manor, Downs, and Booty, I think. Maybe Pierce, but I think Downs is the better Colts receiver.
No way. Give me the 86% route share player on the Colts over the 60% one.
6 receptions in both of his last 2 games that he's played.
And Pierce had 10 targets last week and now gets the Tennessee Titans, who've seen big plays all year, run the 7th highest zone coverage, which we've seen his yards per route run basically double.
They're like not way apart. They're like 6 spots apart in my rankings. So I prefer Downs for sure.
Hell nah, bro. What are you on right now? I have Pierce at 27 this week. I have Downs at 37.
You're also starting Pierce. So
I'm starting Pierce, which I picked up, by the way, because I had him ranked high. I scooped him up for the reason to start him.
We'll let the chat decide this one. Alec Pierce versus Josh Downs. You got to start one.
30.5 implied Colts offense going up against Tennessee. Give me Alec Pierce all day.
Okay. I'll put him in. I think the chat's going to agree with you. I just don't.
63 receiving yards per game this year. His usage the last 2 weeks has spiked, and he's playing 86% of the routes and has 45% of the air yards this year.
The chat's split, man.
Give me Alec Pierce all day.
Downs by a country mile. Taking Pierce, Downs, oh, man, this is close.
Yeah.
I mean, it is full PPR.
Dylan keeps saying it.
Anything else? It's
like the fourth. That's like the 4th comment I've seen of Pierce.
You want the floor or ceiling? Yeah, that's a good point. If MVP, if you need the floor, I think that Downs is probably the floor in PPR because he'll catch 5 or 6 passes, but Pierce is probably the ceiling play there.
Real talk, play both.
Yeah, I mean, this might be an irrelevant conversation. I saw more Downs than Pierce, so I'll put Downs into the starting spot for thing there. Goddard's going to be the tight end. And then, let's play both of them. This is a useless conversation. I actually, no, he's not going to have 3 for 26. Get out of here. Would you rather play both Colts receivers or both Panthers running backs?
Both Colts receivers.
I think given the game script, you probably don't want to play both.
No L'Jarius Sneed, by the way.
no Jeffrey Simmons either.
It's going to be fun.
Or at least as of the last time I checked. I don't know if Jeff Simmons got ruled in or not.
Is Daniel Jones going to be a top 4 quarterback this week?
Daniel Jones?
Slate leading 30.5 points at home.
Yeah, Jeff Simmons is out this week, too, in addition to L'Jarius Sneed.
That is the only concern, by the way.
Yeah.
The only concern. Because, like, if JT runs the ball 30 times in that game script, like, that's the only concern. But also, like, the Titans defense just fucking reeks. Wait, Brock, you might be onto something. Towns could play the whole second.
Shut up, dude. Okay, Bo Nix versus Jordan Love.
Bo Nix versus Jordan Love. Bo Nix very easily.
Yeah, you'd have to pull me by the hair to not start Bo Nix.
Joseph.
Igbuka very easily as the receiver here. Tight end. Schultz or Fannin. It's funny because I have these two in my home league. I'm starting both of them. Will you be starting both of them?
I have them. What?
Would you start both of these guys? Your other option is Rashid Shaheed.
I think I would go Shaheed in this game environment.
Okay, so then which tight end are you going to start?
I'd lean Schultz with the Njoku active.
Okay.
Not a bad decision though. They're 11 and 12 respectively for me. Also, NFL games, like you don't have to make new accounts every time because you're just gonna get banned.
Hammer.
All
right. S Varn 7 here. Played Mason plus JJ Thursday night. Also considering Troy Franklin off of waivers with the Dallas matchup. Okay, so yeah, you're down in your matchup because Jefferson and Mason combined for 16 points or something like that. So
I'm leaving the lineup as is. I actually really like his players.
I think that Pacheco. Oh, he didn't play Gadsden. That sucks.
I'm playing Pacheco over Marks.
I think I would play Marks given that you need ceiling.
So I would argue that Pacheco's the ceiling play. Kareem Hunt, he is playing, but he missed a lot of time this week during practice. He was DMP limited on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. His projection on Underdog right now is, I believe, 52 rushing yards, and his actual odds to score are at 1.25x, which is, I think, the third highest on the Chiefs.
What the hell happened to Isaiah Pacheco that I knew and love, who was getting a 22.5 rushing yards prop when I would roster him? No, honestly, I've gone over this with you a million times. If Pacheco scorches me in this trade, I will still be happy because
you have a lot of
amount of entry fees. Yeah. I have Giddens higher rostered and Judkins higher rostered by percentage, but no amount of entry fees more than Isaiah Pacheco on Underdog. But
I don't mind Woody because
of Pacheco in there. I just think with Marx's workload uptick, he might have a higher ceiling.
I don't disagree. Like PPR, I can see it, the receiving work. No Nico Collins, so maybe we do see more work funneled through the backs. But at the same time, like Pacheco in a matchup where the Chiefs are 12-point favorites against Washington and implied for 30 points, it feels like a Pacheco game script.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. I think it does feel like a Pacheco game script, but like also we haven't really seen, even in positive game scripts that the Chiefs have had this year, we haven't really seen Pacheco get more than like
15 carries,
15 touches kind of thing. Like they just don't run the ball enough that even in a positive game script, they don't really. And like when they've had positive game scripts, sometimes it's so positive that they use Brashard Smith.
For sure. Also Scribbles. Yeah, I addressed that. However, he is playing, but I do think like it's probably going to be a snap count. It's probably going to be a pitch count. Like the guy was DMP limited. Like realistically, he was probably on the surface of being out for this game.
Oh yeah, probably.
Like, I don't know. I think Kareem Hunt maybe gets 5 to 7 touches, but I don't see him getting the usual workload he was before the injury. You know?
Yeah. No, I don't think he'll have a huge workload in this game. Okay. Next up, we have key to success here. Start which 3 below Leggett, Tesnol. Okay. Quarterback wise, Bryce is out. Stafford is on bye. Murray, like none of these quarterbacks are viable right now.
Bryce Young it is.
Bryce Young isn't starting.
Oh, right.
He did. All of these guys are injured or on bye.
So what are you? Right, dude.
I mean, key to success. Hopefully, you can. I mean, it's a 2 quarterback league, like it says listed here. So I mean, you might just be screwed.
Are we just ripping the empty quarterback spot, or pick somebody up?
I mean, if this is a 2 quarterback league and any starting quarterback is available, Andy Dalton,
dude.
Dylan Gabriel, like anybody, go pick him up.
Bro, he asked this 13 hours ago before Young and Tyrod were announced out.
Well, Tyrod was announced out yesterday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but 13 hours ago, that would be.
I think they said
yesterday?
Justin Fields was going to start yesterday afternoon.
Okay, so he might have submitted this like right before it got announced then.
Yeah, when I was editing my videos when it happened, so he knew that back then.
Fair.
That was 24 hours ago.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we'll just leave that empty for now, I guess.
Yeah, pick up any starting quarterback you can, I guess, is the advice there. Nico is out. Hunter's on bye. Leggett versus Tez, I would go Tez pretty easily there. I don't mind Leggett this week. And then he said, what is this? Noel versus Tez versus Leggett in the question here.
I would go Noel over Leggett. I really do like Noel this week.
He said he could pick up Alec Pierce and Joker or Ingram, though. I would pick up Alec Pierce and play him over Noel.
Yeah, I have Pierce one spot higher than Noel. So if you can make that happen, I would do that. I would drop Mims very comfortably. Mims should not be rostered. Yeah,
drop Mims and pick up Alec Pierce and throw him in there. If you can't for whatever reason, I would play Noel over Leggett, but I have to put Leggett in there for just optics because it doesn't let me put Noel.
I will say though, I do have Leggett as a top 40 wide receiver, but I have Noel, I believe, wide receiver 30 this week.
Yeah, I think that's just too high for Noel, to be honest.
No, it's just more optimistic. I mean, his pick and projection.
You're starting him. That's why it's optimistic.
I'm starting Pierce. Pierce over him. If you're going to call me biased, at least get your facts straight.
I mean, he's on your roster. You're still biased.
He's on my roster with no Nico Collins, Christian Kirk, and his targets per run in the last 2 weeks has been above 25%.
Yeah.
I think he's actually a good start this week.
I think he is too. I just think the right answer is Dalton Schultz and probably 7 points scored by the Texans offense.
Maybe. I would play Schultz over him. Don't get me wrong.
I think the 49ers are going to win that game. I don't know how the hell the Texans are favored. If anybody wants a spread pick, the 49ers plus 2.5 is free cash.
Arthur, what are we even going to bet on? I think it's about as 50-50 of a game as you can get.
Yeah.
I'm not disrespecting
money line. I would not bet the Bucs money line. It's a divisional game. It's in New Orleans. I would stay if you're going to bet something in that game, you should take the over, not any of the spreads.
Yeah, I think the over is a good way to play it as well.
I would not take a spread in that game.
I like if you had to pick one, I would lean the Tampa -5, but
if you can get it at 4 or 4.5, I would be fine doing it, but I would not. I don't feel comfortable with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a fair way to approach it.
Jonathan Taylor for a bunch of caca.
JT.
Yeah, go get JT. Go get JT for that.
Also, I'm not gonna stick with Nico being called caca, but he's not JT this year. That's for sure.
Garbage.
No, but also we play each other in flocking, right?
I guess so.
We're starting some very interesting teams this week.
Yeah, we are. I think I started like 11 tight ends.
Yeah, same. I have Dalton Schultz in the lineup. I have David Njoku in the lineup. Which, can I get anybody else but Njoku in? Oh, I have Brock Bowers on bye, AJ Barner on bye too, so I can't really do that. I have so many fucking buys and Bucky's out. Ugh.
Yeah, I have Goddard, Kelsey, Hawkinson all in my lineup, and Jawan Johnson, Trey McBride, and Theo Johnson are all on my roster as well. It's a 2x tight end premium, but I literally have 7 usable tight ends.
I love how our teams are actually been cooking. Look how fucking even across the board that league is, and then you just have 1-6, 1-6, and 0-7 at the bottom.
Yeah, no, across the board it's pretty even. Like I can't believe I'm not in a playoff spot right now. Fuck. I guess I've had the second most points scored against me though.
What am I, like third in points for in this league? And I've had like Rashid Rice suspended, Lamb missed time. Bucky's been out. Like Aaron Jones has been out. Like I've had a lot of injuries. Also,
my running back core dropped like flies. Fucking Connor and Najee Harris and all these guys just blowing their Achilles out. I also had Brian Robinson get traded before the season too, which is not ideal.
I'm assuming you go with Monungai over Isaiah Davis and Tajay Spears this week. This is in my home league because London's out.
I would rather play Isaiah Davis, I think.
Yeah.
I think Isaiah Davis might have increased workload with Brees coming in kind of banged up. But, I mean, Swift is coming in banged up, and it's a better matchup. So I think it's fair either way.
Yeah. Maybe with Lamar playing, I make that change in my rankings.
Lamar's not playing.
Oh, yeah. Lamar's not playing. Okay, so I'm going to move Monungai back in. Sorry.
Chat actually fucking trolled the shit out of me. Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
also, to the point of calling Nico Collins caca, would you like to hear some receivers that are outscoring him this year?
I think I would pass.
Wandale Robinson,
Yeah, I did.
Romeo Dobbs,
Sorry, Corey. Does consent mean anything to you? No.
Marquise Brown.
Hey, Corey, have you heard of consent?
Marquise Brown outscoring Nico Collins is crazy work, dude.
Fuck, here we go again.
No.
Yeah, dude. There you
Christian loves Wandale, dude.
That's his boy.
Chase Brown over Bill this week.
Yes, very comfortably.
Wide receiver, you'd have to pry Michael Pittman out of my lineup for me not to start him this week. He's like a top 10 receiver in my rankings.
Well, let's just hope Alec Pierce outscores him.
He will not.
just like pray with me at least.
I can't wait for Alec Pierce to have 2 for 16.
Hey, dude, don't say that. I want to beat Avery.
I want you to be wrong about him because you're biasly ranking him like wide receiver 10 or whatever you have. It's
not biased. I picked them up after I ranked him there because he was available because the Badaki dropped him. Why did Badaki drop him in the context of his team?
I don't know. He's starting RJ Harvey instead of him right now.
What are we talking about? He's starting Troy Franklin out of him too.
Yeah,
Evan Ingram in the flex.
Why does Badaki have a fetish for the Broncos?
Dude, why does he have 3 tight ends on the roster? What is going on? Why
National Tight Ends Day.
Yeah, he's benching the best one, probably. No, the second best one. He's starting Ingram over Ertz.
Okay. In the flex here, are you going Diggs, Tez Johnson, Bill, or Fannin? I think I'd probably go Diggs.
Diggs, Tez Johnson, Bill, or Fannin? Probably Diggs, yeah. Diggs, the only issue, of course, is the snaps. They've been inconsistent, but he's been over 13 points in 3 of his last 4 games.
You know who makes me angry every week that I have to rank? DJ Moore. Can you just get out of my life? Like, I don't want to have to worry about where to rank you.
What a horrible player.
He's 9.2 fantasy points per game. What a great 4th round pick he was, guys.
Yeah, you
I
remember
would love to go read comments from the video that we did, the worst picks in fantasy, and everybody glazing DJ Moore.
Dude, you remember when we were called biased for having Rome Odunze over him? Or at least I did.
I didn't have Odunze over him. I just didn't draft Odunze. I just didn't ever draft DJ Moore.
I will give you credit, though. I think by the end of the summer, you moved Odunze over him.
I did. Yeah, by the end of the summer, I did. But for the most part, I still had Moore ahead of him. I just never drafted Moore.
Yeah. I can't lie. If I'm going to talk shit about DJ Moore, you can talk shit back about Trevion Henderson. I'll eat it on the chin.
Yeah.
That was
eat
not
it on
fun.
the chin is weird, but yeah. I will eat that shit right off your chin.
Lamar Jackson for Dak Prescott and David Montgomery. David Montgomery just not enough of a needle mover. And as much as I love Dak, realistically, when Lamar's on his peak, you're getting 26, 27 a game, which Dak just can't get to. So I think it has to be Lamar Jackson, assuming this is a 4-point passing touchdown league.
Yeah, agreed. I would take Lamar. You guys see where I have him ranked. To Caden here.
Very unk thing to say, Danny. A Caden, shout out to Caden. Yeah, dude, you thought this was to Caden for literally like years until I told you.
I did. Arthur, quick shout out to Arthur. The top comment on this video is, I haven't pressed the Joe Mixon or Godwin button once this offseason.
Shout out Arthur. He's been cooking. I mean, speaking of Arthur, you saw who's starting at my RB2 slot this week over Trevion Henderson, right?
Yeah. Oof. We said that Jacobs was not a good pick in this video.
Yeah.
Not great.
I mean, until he inevitably scores 12 points per game rest of the way and finishes the RB9 in points per game, which is solid, but also it's a far cry from where he's at right now.
Yeah, well,
that's complete copium. By the way.
Actually, I just really quickly want to see what our track. See, Danny, you piss me off the way that you do timestamps.
Why?
Instead of putting the player's name, you put round 1 worst pick.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be some intrigue.
I don't like. The reason I like the just name be there so that when I look back on the video, I can see who he picked.
Yeah, but like if people are watching, you don't want them scrubbing through and just reading names.
Okay, worst pick.
Add a little bit of value there.
Worst pick by round was your doing, not mine. You said Amon-Ra, and I disagreed with you in the video, and I remember that. Worst pick by round 2 was more my doing, and that was Josh Jacobs. Not great. Worst pick by round 3, good fade, Tyreek Hill. Worst pick by round 4, DJ Moore. exceptional fade. Worst pick by round 5, Calvin Ridley, exceptional fade. Worst pick by round 6, Kelsey. I mean, sure.
Yeah, why was he round 6?
Okay. Round 6 was absurd. Evan Ingram was on waiver wires. That was an easy round 7 fade.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp was on waiver wires. Easy round 8 fade. We said that Cam Scatterby was a round 9 fade, which is an L.
Yeah.
And we also said that Ramondre Stevenson was a round 10 fade, which is also an L.
So Ethan, Corey was a lot lower on JSN. By the end of the summer, I actually had JSN as a mid-third round pick. So I came out on
ironically, I'm above market in exposure to JSN, even though I wasn't really that high on him. My only way to describe my opinion on JSN this offseason was sure. I wasn't in or out. But I also wasn't excited to draft him.
Wait, he faded JSN because of you, Corey.
Yeah. It's because I liked other guys over him more so than I didn't like JSN.
Honestly, so I came around on him in August because when I did the contextualized game logs, I mean, everybody had Hampton over JSN. I don't think that's just us. Like I think everybody on the
no one's asking you to stay around here if you're going to tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Like respectfully, you're on the site. You could have seen the rankings that literally every single creator had Hampton over JSN.
Yeah, JSN's having an exceptional year, and again, that one is like I'm not going to be like, oh, we didn't see this coming. We should have seen that coming. I will eat a JSN sized L for sure because I don't know why I wasn't higher on him. I really don't. I should have been higher on him.
I don't think I was low on him. I honestly don't. Like I had him
overalls, and you had JSN at 28, and I had him at 33. So I had him at like a mid to late third, which I should have been taking him around the 2-3 turn. Like some people were willing to take him there.
Is 28 not higher than consensus?
I just closed it, so I can't see what the consensus was, but the consensus ECR plus underdog rank of JSN was the ECR had JSN at 20, which is wild.
I wasn't quite that high.
Didn't think they had him that high either. But underdog, he was the 31st overall pick, which is about exactly where I had him ranked.
Yeah, like
and you were a little bit higher.
Yeah,
I guess that's why I got JSN on underdog is because it's a half PPR site, so that might have been why he was a little bit lower. But I have him like 9% of JSN, so I feel pretty decent about that exposure, given that I should have probably ended with like 2 or 3%, given how I actually felt about him.
I mean, like shout out the CGLs because if you guys were reading through those going into the year, like that was really what turned me on to JSN because weeks 8 to 18, 17.7 points per game, 8.2 targets, 27% target share. And we always do the thing like, oh yeah, well, Amon St. Brown, like there was nobody else in the offense. Like surely when the more target competition comes, he's going to lose volume. It's like maybe these young players are just playing well and earning their volume. Like that's really what it comes down to for me.
The reason, if I had to point it down to like one reason I wasn't as high on JSN, it was Darnold plus I thought he wasn't as good on the outside. Those were the two reasons that I was like, JSN is destined to be Chris Olave of years past, where you're not excited that you drafted him because you could have had somebody else. That's what I thought was going to be the case. But it's not the case, obviously.
Literally what I wrote here is said going into year 3, mid-round 3 seems like a perfectly fine cost to try and bank on JSN to be the guy he was down the stretch in year 2.
That's I know. I should have been more in on him. I should have been in on him for sure.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Reese and I traded Olave and Godwin for JSN on a co-managed team. Clean.
That looks clean, brother. Good shit. With that being said, last year before JSN broke out, if you remember, and Tyreek Hill was the second overall pick in drafts, me and AJ made a move I look back on and want to rip my hair off.
What, you traded Tyreek for JSN?
So Tyreek was the second overall pick in ADP, right? Going into the year pretty much. And you've seen my team in the listener league. It's fucking stacked. Like I just wanted production. And JSN, he had the dynasty value, but he hadn't broken out. I traded AJ JSN straight up for Tyreek Hill.
Ooh.
It looks horrible now.
Yeah.
But like the rationale was there. It's just sometimes you'll make process moves and then you'll look back a year on. It's like, oh, well, what the actual fuck?
Also, Colts hope to sign Daniel Jones to a long-term extension.
Wow, you cooked?
I want to take a bow for the Daniel Jones takes. I know I just took a bath on JSN takes there, but I literally want to take a bow on Daniel Jones. I honestly think in 6 years, Danny, of us doing this, I think it might be my best take in the history of us doing it.
For
Daniel Jones. I think it might be the best take I've ever had.
All right, Jesse, settle down. One more snarky comment from you, and you're getting put in timeout.
Settle down, Dr. Jesse.
Yeah, we'll do what the fuck we want on our stream, respectfully,
it's
buddy.
Jesse Morris.
Oh, maybe.
No, I'm just joking. It's Jesse.
Respectfully, we'll do what we want to do on our stream, brother, and we're well on time to be able to answer all these questions.
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Sorry, I get more offended than you. I noticed, but like,
I just don't give a shit. Okay, lots of guys on bye here. You're going Rashid, I think, probably for sure. And then are we going to plug our nose and put DJ Moore out there because he's probably the best option?
What was it?
DJ Moore, Franklin, Justice Hill, or Jalen Coker?
Moore, Franklin, Justice Hill, or Coker. It's probably got to be DJ Moore, but
gross.
Yuck. Take it back.
Yuck. He has Caleb Williams, so it makes sense.
Weighing my options at flex. I mean,
quarterback. I mean, yeah, you got to go Prescott over Caleb. Although I do think that's a relatively close decision this week.
It's just, yeah. I mean, it's funny because obviously we both made the trade. I do think Caleb's got a great matchup. For me, though, like the way Dak's been playing, I just can't sit him, and that's kind of what it comes down to. Unless you have like a fucking Lamar, or not Lamar because he's not playing, Josh Allen or something like that. Like that's one thing. Like Dak's been a consistent 20 plus points. He's been a consistent 250 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Like until he's not playing at an MVP level, I think he needs to be in lineups as a top 6 quarterback.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Also, I'm just looking at this one last time. ECR, Jonathan Taylor is the 34th overall player. So you and I are ball knowers for having Jonathan Taylor at 20 and 22 respectively.
And dude, you remember where I was at on JT at the beginning of the offseason? And then once I actually sat down.
I had to talk you into him a little bit because I got a lot higher on him. Surprisingly,
you were part of the reason
on Underdog, which annoys me.
Yeah, you were part of the reason for sure that I got higher. And then part of it too, it's like, yeah, I want to be against him, but also like if Daniel Jones is the quarterback, maybe we see some more sustainable offense. Maybe he's fully healthy and we finally see him take care. And I mean, the third down work was just an added bonus. Even if he didn't get the third down work, he would have been a smash at his cost.
Yeah. Okay. This decision, Odunze and Igbuka were easy ones. It looks like Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Vidal already played, so I'm assuming you didn't play him. Wandale, I guess, would be maybe in the conversation there. Maybe Kelsey as well. I think I would probably go with Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you got to go Henry out of those options, I think.
Yeah. Probably go Henry there.
Good question.
This is a crazy team, though. Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Rashee Rice, CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Warren, Emeka Igbuka, Romo Dunze, Derrick Henry, and his quarterback. I mean, go trade for a quarterback. You got Breece Hall type sitting on your bench. Go see if you can tear up.
Talk about putting the fear of God in your opponents.
Holy. What a squad.
Also, dude, what the hell are the standings in the Listener League?
What is wrong with them?
Everybody in the playoffs right now is 5-2 or better.
Is it actually that big of a discrepancy?
Yeah, look.
That's crazy.
Dude, who the fuck's going to get the bye weeks at this point, dude? It's fucking...
I mean, I have the most points for in the league, but I'm probably not going to have that after this week because I have a bunch of buys.
Well, that's the thing, too. Like, my team's now starting to peak, too, because Rice and Lamb are, I mean, hopefully stay healthy. McConkey's finally looking good. Like, it's going to be neck and neck, dude. Obviously, Arthur's in first right now. He's 6-1 as well. And everybody, like, literally, what, 5-2 teams in the league.
Yeah, that is nuts. That is actually nuts.
For sure. Psychality?
Yeah. Physicality, you mean? Maybe? Physicality minus the H. Gibbs is on bye. Nakua's on bye. McBride. Holy crap, that's a lot of tough bye weeks this week.
And you missed out on Jones, but I mean, you didn't miss out on much.
Yeah, you start Algier here probably, right?
Yeah, but I'm assuming like coming into the week, him versus Jones would have at least been a combo, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably where I'm at with it.
Yeah, Algier.
Okay. JBLD 17. Mooney is on waivers as well. 50% to win. 3 and 4. Okay. Well, I mean, Mooney's on waivers. You're probably going to end up being any better than all of these flex options. Drop Rashard Smith for him. Go pick him up.
Yeah. Drops.
I mean, Worthy would be the next closer. You start Worthy or Mooney?
Mooney.
Yeah, I agree. Go drop Rashard Smith and pick up Mooney.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
It's just no. Without the H is just not physically. No, there's an I in there. It says physicality up here.
Psychality.
Yeah. But if he threw an H in here, it would be physicality. Yeah. Maybe I'm stupid.
Bro, what?
Am I stupid?
Can you not spell?
PHSYCALITY. That's physicality. Right? Am I dumb?
PHYSIC.
I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. I think I got it right.
No. PHYSIC is physic.
Oh, wait. Yeah. No, it would just be it would be physicality. It would be physicality. There'd be an I missing in there.
Yeah, it's like
I'm dumb. Sorry, I was up late playing poker. I'm stupid as hell. Okay, yeah. Pick up just making fun of you. Yeah.
Mooner.
I'll throw Drake London into the flex for now just because that's who you're replacing. But yeah. Dylan, I sent you a review voucher. I just need you to do one thing, and that's shut the fuck up in the chat.
I was gonna say stop fucking yapping about
free team reviews. I gave you your review voucher. Now shut the hell up.
Yeah, we better not hear you yapping about more for team reviews in the next 2 weeks at minimum. That's the rule.
People in the chat, we got 15 minutes left. If you want a free start sit question or free trade, actually, let's just answer questions that are in the chat. I don't know if it would behoove us to go all the way up to the top.
Oh, yeah, fuck it. Let's give out free 10 free trade questions, and whoever actually wants them.
Yeah, let's do it that way. That's a lot easier.
We'll
okay.
10.
Drop your flock username in the chat. Let us know if you want to trade or a start sit, and we'll send you one. And you still got 15 minutes to throw them in here.
Yeah, leave your flock users, and keep in mind this is for promo code FSC users. If you use code domain, code flock, code LAN, you guys won't show up on our back end. We physically cannot give you a voucher.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're a code thing, make sure to specify what kind of question you want as well, because we don't know what kind of voucher to give you if you don't specify.
Yep. And we got trade question. Christian, I sent you a trade question.
Okay.
Psychology.
Ethan, what do you want? You said quick six here. What kind of question do you want? I'm just going to send you a quick six. I'm going to send you a start sit because I don't see it here.
Psychology, I sent you a start sit. So that's what, 3 or 4? Wait. It shows he showed up on my end. So
no, they actually, I think they may have fixed that potentially.
Oh, okay.
So that we were able to do that. Maybe they didn't. I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah, you showed up for my end.
Okay. I sent you Ethan, I sent you a start sit question.
Colorado Frost, I sent you. What did you want? Start sit. I will send you that right now.
Did you send one to Cats or no?
Cats, I can send right now. Cats take over.
Yeah, here I'll direct you. You send them. Then we're not both doing it.
And how many have we sent so far?
Just a couple, I think.
He wants to start sit. We'll send you that.
Yeah, it looks like Dylan just submitted his review, so we can do that in the meantime.
Username Tony Boney. And he wants to start sit. Okay.
Also, we got one from Dorico here. Start sit question. Yep. Bijan's going to be in your lineup. Running back wise, you're also going to throw Judkins out there. Wide receiver, these are all pretty straightforward. Olave, Odunze. Oh, there's Lamb in here too. Let's go Lamb instead of Odunze, or instead of Olave, sorry. Goddard, flex is probably where you're going to go. So it'd be Kamara, Olave versus Mooney. I think Olave's got to be one of them. Is Mooney versus Kamara? Which one would you prefer of those two?
Mooney.
Yeah, I think so too.
I sent a lot over. I think we should be at 10 because I sent a good amount.
Yeah,
so keep after Whitmer and Grift, I will send you.
We'll rapid fire because they're free too. We can go as quick as possible. So we'll rapid fire as many as we can. Okay, Dylan, we're gonna give you a little bit of a condensed review, like I said, because we are doing this on the pro bono side of things. But
I can't see your account, by the way, Jay Wimmer. It does not show up on my end. See if it shows up on yours.
No, Jay Whitmer doesn't show up on my end either. Maybe it's because
does he not have a
different code, or maybe you spelt Jay Whitmer wrong. I'm not sure. I imagine you didn't. It's your name.
Regardless, though, I got everybody else who commented things. But
yeah, it looks like we got Psychology just submitted one, and so did
you got Quick Six, right?
Yep, I got Quick Six. Okay, Dylan here. He says, love y'all 3-4. Had some rough luck with bad play, but I'm facing the Amon-Ra team this week. So he's on bye, obviously. Any trades I could do. And he said, love y'all for real. Okay.
What's brother?
Gibbs on bye. Saquon and Woody Marks, probably his starters, I would imagine, this week. Rasheed, Odunze, and he already mentioned he had Lad play. Sutton is going to be in your lineup this week, too.
Dude. That's a good situation. It is a start 7, though. So
it's a start 7. Dude, there's no shot I don't play Cortland Sutton this week. I would sit Odunze for Sutton. I wouldn't have played Lad on Thursday, to be honest with you, based on the pre-decision making.
I have Odunze one spot higher than Sutton.
He benched Lad. Okay.
Oh, you benched Lad? Okay, then go with those 3 wide receivers you're showing, which is very good. Tucker Kraft, very, very good matchup. You should have him higher than 7. Rest of the season.
It's not my weekly rankings. Those are the rest of the season.
I'm more so making a joke. There's no way I would take Laporta over him.
That's fine. I would.
In terms of anything else, I mean, you're keeping Zonovan Knight, you're keeping Woody Marks. Chris Godwin, is he going to play, dude? Because if he's not on your IR, I think I would rather go and get up like a Tajay Spears or something.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe Bam Knight, after he has a big game against the Cowboys, which will probably happen after the bye, you might be able to sell high on him as well. I would keep Mooney in the back pocket as a sell high too. After this week, because you're not going to start him, obviously, but he is a decent sell high candidate, especially if London is potentially going to miss some time. I just sent Carlito a trade question as well.
I sent Moose as well.
Okay. But yeah, there's not much else I would suggest in terms of trades. I think Barkley's going to bounce back, so you probably got to hold him. Gibbs is great. Mahomes is great. Kraft is great. Rice is great. Odunze is great. Lad's on the rise. Sutton, maybe a big game out of Sutton today because he's playing the Cowboys. You could maybe use him to tier up. Like, let's say Sutton plus Mooney gets you a better receiver, a better running back or something like that. Like, it's a start 7. So realistically, you get a big game out of Barkley for the first time all year, plus a big game out of Sutton. Maybe you could go up and get a true hammer. Like maybe the CMC manager, the JT manager would actually be willing to sell if they have other injuries.
Yeah, like realistically, I'm looking at this team. You have strength across the board. Quarterback position.
Bijan guy is weak at running back. Would he give you Bijan for Barkley plus Sutton or something like that? Or maybe Barkley and Woody Marks plus Sutton so that he can get some running back help?
Yeah, if you can do that, for sure. It's funny because I mentioned this to you before. I've offered Barkley and Adams for any of those type of guys in my league, and they won't get accepted. But
keep in mind, Dylan friends are probably 16 years old.
Yeah, I mean, his name is...
Like the guys he's playing in a league with are probably not very sharp, I would imagine.
That is an absurd team name.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, yeah, make some moves if you can. We got a bunch of team questions that are kind of filing in here. You could throw Ginger Snaps a trade question as well. He just threw it in the chat. Okay, we're going to rapid fire these. Jonathan, you sent a team review. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to that in time.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot for us before, so that's why I sent that.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
We'll talk about it by Monday, worst case scenario, if we can't get it to.
Jonathan, in the chat, if you'd prefer us to talk about it tomorrow, just let us know. Otherwise, we can do a condensed version of it probably today for like 2 minutes. Yeah, sure. Okay. Start set question. Vidal, I guess, he didn't play him, so it'd be Diggs versus Mooney probably.
You can't say
Warren. Sorry.
Yeah, you can't say Warren.
Yeah, you probably got to play Warren.
Like what his higher or lower on Underdog right now is like 87.5 rushing plus receiving yards.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
And his odds to score, I think he's like minus 140 to score.
Yeah, no, he is. And no worries, Jonathan. We'll get to that tomorrow then for you.
This is very similar to the trade I was trying to do with Brock in the
list. Yeah, Christian.
This is I want JT.
I want JT as well.
Yeah,
I also want JT. I know it's a start 7. So Bowers maybe has a little bit more value in that format, but I just want Jonathan Taylor there.
Yeah, like if that was like James Cook instead of Saquon, that's where the talks start. And it's funny because literally that was the offer I sent to Brock.
Yeah. Okay. Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott. this
Dak.
week. I have Mayfield higher this week.
Dak. Where are they for you respectively?
4 and 7 or 8, I think. I'm a little. It's Denver on the road, man. Like I know Jackson did well against them last week, but Denver on the road is a hard matchup.
51 over under, and
I know
Baker
that.
is without his two
I would
best
take the under
receivers.
on that game. I don't think it's going to shoot out.
I think it will shoot out. I'm taking Dak, dude. He's got his wide receivers fully healthy and respectively. Respectfully, sorry, I always mix those.
Just stop saying those two words.
Respectfully, Surtain, Riley Moss, I have ample respect for. They have not played against a wide receiver duo like we have this year.
I can't wait for the fucking.
It's gonna be scenes
today.
Oh, it's gonna be scenes, dude. It's gonna be scenes. I generally think it's gonna be like a 35-32 type of game.
If he goes for under 15
31.
fantasy points, you owe me a farmer's wrap next time we go to Buffalo.
Who, Dak?
Yeah.
Okay, if Baker goes under 15 points, vice versa.
Sure.
There we go.
I'll take Baker versus Dak heads up if you want to do it. The most biased bet we've ever made.
Let's do it. Farmer's wrap on the line for those Americans. I have no clue what the fuck we're saying.
Yeah, Egbuka, Odunze there.
Right. We'll have to do the underdog picks after. Too.
Yeah. We can get to them still. Warren over Ferguson, I would imagine. Odunze or Rashad White.
Rashad White,
I guess too, but I think it's Odunze versus White for me.
Shoddy and White is actually, or Shoddy and White. Shoddy and Odunze would be the two I start there with no Lamar.
Well, you only get one, so you got to pick one.
Oh,
unless you're playing Rashad White or Odunze over Egbuka, which I'm not.
No. I think I lean Rashad White, but that's like RB8 versus wide receiver 7.
Yeah. I would go with the touches, I think. I'd go with White.
Yeah. That's very close. But I agree with you.
Boney, shout out to my Boney Kings out there. What do we got here? Garrett's out, Hunter on bye. So a lot of missing pieces here. I guess the flex is between Harold Fannin, Ramondre, Bill, probably those three guys, I would say. I think I'd roll with the two running backs. I'd go with Bill and Ramondre.
Who was the receiver you mentioned?
Fannin.
Yeah, go with the running backs. Go with the running backs.
Yeah.
Bryson, appreciate it. So Rattler or Mariota. Who do I have?
I'll take Rattler today, man. I think Rattler's going to have a decent game.
I think I have Mariota higher.
I have them 17 and 18. They're back to back for me and both very suboptimal plays, but I would play Rattler.
I'll go Mariota just because of the rushing. I got to move Mariota in my rankings, by the way. He was at the bottom of them.
All right. I'll give it to you. We'll put Mariota in for him.
Dude, okay. I was on my rest of the season. That's why. Where is he on my weeklies? We go to the next question, though, because we got limited
Lamb,
time.
Pittman.
Dude, I got Mariota quarterback 15 this week.
Oh, yeah. No way. Not against the Chiefs on the road.
Dude, that's how bad the options are.
I know, but I think Rattler's got a better matchup. He's at home versus Bucks.
He just doesn't score fantasy points. That's the issue.
He does. He will against us. I promise you.
Maybe.
Ertz and Noah Fant. I'd probably just go with Ertz, especially knowing that you're starting Mariota there for the stack. Jordan Mason, Rattler, and Fant in the flex. I mean,
Marks.
you didn't start Mason, I'm assuming. So
Marks.
Oh, Marks. Okay. Is there anybody?
5 minutes, by the way.
Booty maybe would be interesting. I don't know. Yeah, let's go Marks.
Marks. Yeah, 5 minutes.
I know. Fuck me. Of course that happened. Got to log out.
I think
really
I'm
got to stop. I don't know why the devs haven't fixed that fucking issue yet.
Yeah, no, I can imagine when you're actually controlling it too. It's probably even more tilting.
I know. Like Mason streams for like 6 hours at a time, and we haven't fixed that issue.
Yeah, no.
Okay, Mariota, Achane, Lamb, Pittman.
Yep.
Ertz, Marks.
Woody, we said, yeah.
There we go.
That works for me.
All right, Cats. Lamar's out. So going Jackson. Going Jacobs, Dowdle,
wide receivers,
Rice,
McMillan,
Loveland.
Loveland. Yeah, unless you start Gadsden, yeah.
I mean, I hope you start. You would have started Gadsden, surely, right?
Yeah, put Loveland in because I'm assuming you didn't start Gadsden if it's the question.
Yeah, I hopefully you started Gadsden.
McLaurin and Jennings probably.
Yeah, I'd go McLaurin and Jennings. Yeah.
Yeah, assuming you didn't get Gadsden. I guess if he did start Gadsden, would you go Loveland over either of those receivers?
No, I would start Jennings over Loveland.
Yeah, fair.
Wide receivers. Adams on bye, Hunter on bye, AJ out, Godwin out, Bucky out, Bam
nobody.
out.
What's the comment say? The comment might have something. Go up. Scroll up.
Projected to win. Who do I drop?
Do I
Someone
risk or drop someone? Okay, so who are the available options?
I mean,
if
let's
there's a
assume
solid
that like
player.
Alec Pierce, Jalen Knoll, Xavier Legette, Troy Franklin, or Marvin Mims types are available. Like I'd pick up any one of those receivers. I'd also be willing to pick up Dalton Schultz, Evan Ingram, Zach Ertz, somebody like that if you had to.
Also, John, assuming you probably said that over Trey McBride in his rookie year, right?
Facts.
Like I'll trust the 10th overall ultra talented tight end to break out. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, I would be comfortable dropping Bam Knight
if there's a good enough option.
If there's a Pierce type or a Knoll type or a Tez Johnson type, go get him, and then maybe you can pick up Bam Knight and waivers this week again.
If it's straight diarrhea on the wire, just keep him. But like, if there's a startable option, he's droppable.
Yeah, and like, do you have a second tight end or a second quarterback?
Refresh just in case, by the way, because I don't think we talked about 10.
Yeah, I know. I was just making sure that he didn't have a second onesie that he could maybe drop instead.
Yeah, no, he had Dart plus insert.
Okay, looks like we're caught up. If you want to Ripley's, believe it or not, your underdog picks.
Jesus, isn't that in Toronto or am I tripping?
Ripley's Museum, yeah, it's in Toronto.
Yeah. We'll go through the picks. That is the wrong pick. Devontae Smith higher than 13.5 first quarter receiving yards. His overall pick him actually is top 5 amongst the entire slate. And with AJ Brown out, I just view the Eagles again number 2 pass rate since week 4 in terms of neutral pass rate. Just getting their number 1 wide receiver involved early and often. Like I said, no AJ Brown, Devontae Smith going to have to be able to function. They cannot run the ball like they did last year. Darnell Mooney higher than 18.5 longest reception. I actually got this when London was expected in. So I kind of wish I took a volume stat, but regardless, he has 20 plus yard receptions in 2 of his 3 games. He's played 50+% of the snaps, and he operates in that deep portion role of this offense. Alec Pierce higher than 36.5 receiving yards. Corey, what do you think Alec Pierce averages on the year?
Alec Pierce probably averages like 60 receiving yards a game, if I had to guess.
63 receiving yards per game. He has gone higher than this in all but one game where he went 36 yards in week 1. So I really like this projection. Rashid Rice higher than 12.85 fantasy points. Done this in 8 of his last 12 games. In his last 4 games he started. Pretty simple. He's the layup target, middle of the field target for Patrick Mahomes. We will quickly go to my running back picks. Breece Hall higher than 19.5 receiving yards, 40+ route share in basically every single game this year. No Garrett Wilson in the fold. 6.5 point underdogs to Cincinnati. Really like the game script for him to potentially be used as a receiver. J.K. Dobbins higher than 72.5 rushing yards. He's basically done this. I believe it was 5 of 7 games, and the Cowboys are the 4th worst defense in rush defense EPA. So you do the math there. Good matchup, good player, 4.98 yards per carry, 14 plus carries in all but 1 game this year. Finally, Tajay Spears higher than 37.5 rushing plus receiving yards, 4 targets in back-to-back weeks. And I do think we could see his workload expand as he gets healthier off of that high ankle sprain.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. If anybody's curious, first of all, we do have one more here. Nico for Derrick Henry, Ginger Snaps, very easily Derrick Henry for me. Very easily Derrick Henry.
Very reasonable.
Okay. These were my picks. Again, you might be caught late here, but Swift rushing yards, Hall rushing yards, Dobbins rushing yards, and Warren rushing yards. I talked about those in my running back tier list video, so very similar. If you guys, a couple other things that I just saw. Tua's eye is all fucking swelled up right now from the illness that he has.
Yeah.
This might be the Zach Wilson week that we've all been waiting for. Let me just put it that way, because I'm excited to see Zach Wilson hype. You know how much joy it would give me, Danny, to put players skyrocketing up my rankings and put Zach Wilson's face on the thumbnail?
Bro, come on.
These are the spreads I'm rolling with today, though. If anybody's curious, I got the Giants and Eagles game to go over 43.5, Browns game to go over 40.5, Bengals game to go over 44.5, Bears +3 with Lamar out, and then Texans -2.5. I literally fucked that up. I meant to pick the 49ers there. I'm absolutely trolling. I know for a fact I wanted to pick San Francisco. Holy crap, I'm trolling.
Well, hopefully Dylan's already...
I wanted to pick I swear to God, I picked the wrong team. I meant to pick the 49ers. Hopefully that's a happy mistake that doesn't kill me.
Happy Colston Loveland 2+ touchdown week. Let's get it.
Yeah. Also, I do have this too. If anybody's looking for a generational win today on National Tight Ends Day, Kincaid anytime, Darnell Mooney anytime, Theo Johnson anytime, Harold Fannin anytime, Mark Andrews anytime, and George Kittle, the guy who started National Tight Ends Day, anytime. But yeah, that's what we're rolling with. It's 1:01 p.m. Good luck to you guys in your matchups. Hopefully you take down your opponents, and hopefully we get to talk about Zach Wilson being the new starter for the Dolphins Monday morning. So peace out, fellas. Talk to you soon. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Also, classic